recording. So this is the Frostmoor Crows, and we are now at episode, I think is it 41 or 41? We're at episode 41. Because the last episode was The Little Empress. So for your information, because we did 2 episodes last week. One was 3 hours, one was, So we had the last episodes were after 15 lashes. There was Skagen Blood Cache. That's episode 39, and then The Little Empress, which was the very last episode because we did 2 last Sunday. So now we're at 41. The title of which we shall not know until yes.
Squid Mine.
Yes. Exactly. Squid Mine could be that. Could be Gimble's Last Stand.
Yeah. That's Squid Mine. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so long story short, my favorite saying, you've rounded the cape of Vanderhold, and you're coming up along the edge of the Ben Vanaheim, the bigger of the Ben Vanaheim Islands. I lie, it's the smaller of the two. And you have rounded the cape and seen laid out across the beach, this long beach, 2 or 3 miles long, this massive eldritch-looking star beast, the squid-like form on the beach that's like half a mile high and 2 or 3 miles long in terms of its tentacles laid out across the beach. Each tentacle's 2 or 3 meters thick, floating on the surf. And in fact, even as you come closer, you can see that many of the tentacles have been hacked away and chopped off, and some of them have been divided up and rolled up onto the beach. You can see people, workers there, and this is all under the purview of this castle and town, the city of Vanderhold here, which is a little bit like a Balkanard in that it consists of there's a big fishing village with very much peasantry living in it. And in that fishing village, which is on the beach, one end of the fishing village has kind of been taken over by, as you get closer, you recognize the emblems and signs of the Barakyle Envoy. And it is clear to you now that they have control of the squid, and they have control of the framework around the squid. And it is clear to you now that they are in charge. They are the ones who are producing whatever's coming out of that thing.
Shit.
Now,
Captain Lens.
News.
Behind the township is a proper, so there's like just the village and then a more sort of town-like structure with sort of middle-class people. It's a lot smaller. And then behind that is the castle up on high on the mount, looking down on this whole thing from the cliff tops. You'll notice that the castle, the style of the architecture of the castle is quite different to the style of the architecture of the town, the stone buildings in the town, as well as the village itself. And you can see that the people in the village are largely out of game. I guess they kind of look somewhat Scandinavian.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
Yeah, Captain Slyn.
Yes.
How long has the squid been here? And what is that squid?
Now, has the captain been here before? Have we discussed that?
I think she has. She knew the way, at least.
Knew the way.
And she knew about the villages along the coast because she pointed them out to us.
Right.
Oh, Hank is, by the way, Hank is at the prow. He's got his fucking gust of wind staff as well already. He's
pushing the boat along.
Yeah. Having a great laugh.
Captain Slyn raises a hand to you, actually, Hank, and asks you to stop because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves as we get closer.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I'll put it down and I'll.
As for the question of how long has the Star Beast been there for, she says about 50 years, maybe a bit less than that.
And when did the wizards move in?
She says the wizards have been here for maybe a year.
Did they apply for special permission to start
Actually,
hacking
you know what?
away?
Out of game. I take that back. She doesn't know how long the wizards have been here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. It's erased from my memory.
Did we meet with the wizards? I could go for a chat with them, see what they're doing. Good. All right.
No,
It's agreed.
No.
I'm gonna say to Josiah and Gibble, I say, look, they'll know who we are, right? Like
They'll know.
looking more at Josiah than Gimble. They were like, they'll know. Like we must have some sort of a reputation with them, surely by now.
I dined with their leader in Van Gate. That was good.
Yeah,
But
but
just
they
say,
don't really.
I am friends of the leader.
Gimble, you've had good relations with them. That's true, but Josiah, they may be cancelled out by Josiah's previous feelings.
Right.
I think we need to be quite careful, Gimble. Yeah, I know that you're buddies.
Should I go by
And-
myself?
Could be an option.
I think that maybe they're possibly aware of what we're doing already, and I kind of head nod to Gimbal discreetly. Remember, wink at Hank and wink at Tricky Bob. Remember,
You
And then I
can
look at-
you can
look at-
you can
look
you
at
can stop
Gimbal
that
and
maybe.
I-
Just you're good, man.
I'll
You've-
just
you've struck gold. Yep.
yeah, buddy.
Mm.
I vote we go look at the squid at least. I want to see if it smells. And what they're
I
doing
mean-
with the tentacle. I mean, are they still eating it?
Are they eating it?
I don't know. I'm curious.
It'll be
I
rancid
want to know
by
if they
now.
eat it.
It's 50 years
Okay.
old, right?
You would think so,
50,
wouldn't you?
50-year-old
Well,
meat.
it's very frozen. You can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of game, Russell. I think you mentioned the last session that
Yep.
we could smell it, or we could smell.
Oh,
something.
yeah,
That's
right.
We discussed that. Yeah, you smelled it before you saw it.
Right.
Yeah,
And does
yeah.
it smell rancid or does it just smell
Yeah.
like dead squid?
It smells
Like fresh
I-
seafood
I
doesn't have
think-
a smell actually.
I think that there is parts of it that are rancid because it's huge and it's not all in one piece.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
So the
So
parts,
the smaller bits would rancify.
right, exactly, and there's lots of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll ask,
Putrefied.
I'll ask
Right.
the captain. Do you know the name of the town leader? Town person. So who runs this city town?
Right. Hold on a second. Presently, she says there was a time when it was ruled by Lord Krillin Fyodor Yakovich Montkov. But presently, I believe it is in the hands of Edgar Bernard Krilinovich Montkov.
Okay. And what happened to the first Monty?
I cannot say. I'm not sure. I think the original. Actually, no, I do know. Forgive me. He was overthrown a few years back, about 20 years ago. You think?
What about this Edgar Montkov? Good man, kind man.
Can't say, sir.
All right then. Well, we'll find out on our own when we get arrested.
Right. So now that you're sort of coming up to the edge of the villages here, the village, you can see that the head of this thing, which is where the mining operation is kind of based at the side of its head, it seems to have sort of fossilized partly into the mountain to the side of the cliffs there as well. Like it's kind of become part of the whole thing. All the snow and drift has landed on it, and would be very hard to separate one from the other at this point.
No one's built any houses or anything on the squid, have they?
No.
Okay.
No.
Can we see any eyes on it? Can we see its eyes?
You can see its eye sockets.
Yucky.
Yep, that's gross.
Yeah. And they've kind of collapsed too, to be fair. So yeah.
Have they built like scaffolding around the eye socket? Is that a point of entry? Does it look like a point of entry?
Actually, you know what? I'm fairly sure that they would have. Yeah. Yeah. That would
Awesome.
make sense.
Multiple entryways. Haha.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think I mentioned also was that there are a number of wooden ships that have been upended in the bay near the beast, the star beast, and they are kind of obviously sunk wrecks. and it's about half a mile out from the shore, but in line with the squid.
Hmm.
Are they sunken wrecks? Are they frozen over, or are they in?
Yeah, fairly frozen. I mean, yeah, some of them.
Okay.
The sea here is quite choppy, and there are icebergs and things floating around. But the sea itself is not frozen over
Right.
because of the tides.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Lots I want to do, guys. How do we feel about investigating squid and some of these boats?
Oh, so we could start with the boats because it's further out, and we're also further out. So
Well, ideally, the only boats I'd want to look at are the ones that are frozen over because we can't swim in this. It's too cold.
true.
So
Yeah.
we can use this pickaxe.
I can freeze water 5 feet at a time.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. I don't think that'll work. Not in the ocean.
It
Just
lasts
get
for an hour.
drifted away. It'll just drift
5
away.
feet, 6 seconds.
I'll let you try it.
It
I'll
lasts
let
for an
you.
hour.
I'll
Do like
watch.
quite an area actually. If you wanted to, I mean, it depends on what you guys want to do. I'm
Well,
not sure what we'll find in these wrecks, but
Mm.
if you want to investigate them, now would be the time.
Can we tell how long the rakes have been here? Or any of them?
We can make an investigation check. Tricky Bob.
Okay. Because I mean, this problem has been, or the Skagenblad problem has been. Wow, am I growing so slowly? A 0.
0.
Never
Okay.
mind.
Awesome.
that a
Tricky Bob
natural
has
one?
That's a
no
nat
idea
one.
how long they've been. Is it a natural one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They've been here for thousands of years, or possibly they were sunk yesterday.
Can I do it? Is there any way that I could maybe use my intelligence to ascertain the possible purpose of these wrecks? Because it looks like they've been.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm kind of assuming that.
Right. As you sail around towards the wrecks, you can make an investigation check too, please, Hank.
All right. I would like to make an investigation. I'm going to use Old Faithful this time.
Old Faithful, would Josiah or Gimbal want to make an investigation check too?
I think I'm just going to have Gimbal is just going to assume that all these ships fought the squid
Right.
and smashed. Just say, yeah, probably. That makes sense.
I would surmise. I'll figure out what I surmise later. I'm making an investigation as well.
Okay.
12 from Hank.
12 from Hank. A 12 from Hank.
So 24 for me.
A
24
mediocre
from you.
12.
Okay. Well, Hank,
Nice.
Hank, you're really not sure what's going on here, but definitely it's a little bit coincidental that it's all sort of so tied into this squid thing. So clearly that must have been somehow involved. Who got the 24? Was that Josiah?
Josiah.
Okay, Josiah, what you realize looking out at the squid from here is that the whole back of the squid and the lower half of it, if you've seen a squid or two in the markets in Vane Gate, in fact, was one of your favorite foods at one time.
There's one here. I'll pick up
Because
Nomo.
it's so hard to find them. And of course, you've got the new Momo, you've seen him as well.
Mm.
And so you realize that the head of the squid is severely damaged. Part of it has been, a whole part of the squid has been ripped off. And from what you can see, Josiah, the way that the boats are facing, the direction that they were facing when they were sunk, they were trying to pull something away from the beach.
Right.
You can see that there's great chains connected to the boats too. So you can see there's all sorts of harnessy type equipment on these ships that has kind of caused their own downfall. Like you get the impression they were trying to drag it off the beach and it just didn't want to come. You know, you don't know whether it was alive or dead at that time either, but
Have any of us heard like 50 years for this thing to be here is a long time, right?
right, no stories at all.
No stories at all.
Nothing.
Ah,
No.
okay.
Not even rumors about it.
Gimbal.
You have heard maybe rumors that there's been a fisherman's strike in these parts.
Can you take a look over at that thing on the aft side of the ship, please? Just go over there.
Okay, sure. I turn to the back and head towards
then
the
I-
arse of the ship.
Yeah.
All right.
Hank and Tricky Bob. I would just quickly hazard a guess that maybe what's in that squid is being harvested for the Skagen blood by the wizards. And I would also possibly hazard a guess that something that could come out of that squid is now in Gimble's brain.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. Good thinking.
And also, Tricky Bob, while you're talking, I can't hear you talking.
Yeah, you muted.
Right. That is also true, Tricky Bob, I'm
Yes.
afraid.
I talk to myself.
So I think whatever's in there is linked to our friend over there.
Should we then try and make this as subtle as possible then?
You just keep it in the back of your minds. So let's yeah.
In terms of how we operate on shore though, what do you guys think of that? Should we try to be as quiet as possible? Might be difficult with Gimbal around.
I think they already know that we're here.
Okay.
In fact, I'll
so
time
maybe-
it to see how quickly they find us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a
Gimbal,
good idea.
you find anything in the ship ass?
Did I find anything in the ship house, Russ? What do I do? What am I looking at?
What are you looking at? Like you went down to the back of your boat, is that right?
Yes.
To look out at what?
Whatever's at the back of whatever we've already passed.
You want to make a perception check, Gimbal?
Sure. 19.
19. From where you are, you're looking back towards the shore as it happens, because everybody's looking at their boats, which is the direction the boat's facing.
Okay.
So you happen to be looking back in the direction of the shore, and you see that there are some flags there that remind you of you see some of the Goliath tribes symbols on some of the flags.
Okay.
So
And are they in the city or are they around the squid as well?
not around the squid. They are back from the beach, up near the castle.
Okay. Okay. And are they similar looking tribes as what we've already seen back at Ancon?
You know that they are. You think they are Goliath tribes because the symbols written are in giant.
Right. Okay. But what I'm saying is like, are they
Could be
the
dwarven.
same
No, they're not the same
tribes
tribes.
or
They're not
complete- okay.
not the exact same tribes. No,
So they haven't colonized. They haven't gone further out of their way.
no,
Okay, cool.
no.
All right. Just more savage tribes.
Thanks for observing that.
Yeah, you're
You
welcome.
did a great job, Gimbal.
Don't patronize me. All
Patronize me.
right, and I'm gonna pick up the squid, and I'm gonna strap it onto my back. And have it just its new instructions are to like suck onto my shield for now.
Does it like do you use its tentacles and wrap it like that?
So it's on the front of your shield.
It's just gonna hold on to it for now because I don't want to carry it around, and it's I'll carry it around, but I don't want it touching me, touch the shield, and
Right.
it's quite slow. So it just
So
seems like
it's like around your shield,
yeah,
on
exactly.
your
And I've-
back,
I've got combat plans for it.
right? And it's on your back. Is that right?
Yeah.
The shield.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just seems easier.
Fair enough. All right. So at this point, the captain says to you, "Shall we make port then?"
How do we make it?
Well,
Yes,
we just
sorry,
go
yes.
to the beach.
Right.
Campbell.
Good. Do that. I was quite thirsty though.
Do you need my my stick of windy thing?
Give it a burst.
So I take my position, and every time, just for flavor, guys, every time I do it, I have the same pose. It's like very heroic. It's like this, and there's like one leg is like up, like this. So I take that pose and I do it for like 10 seconds, and then I put it back down again.
Right, and your boat, the Little Empress, just drifts up to the jetty, and you have to go between two chunks of huge tentacle meat on either side of you as you get up to what's left of the shoreline over here, and a bunch of peasants come wandering down in your direction and looking at you. You see a few soldiers. There's a contingent of soldiers on horses start riding down from the town as you approach. One of them calls out, "Who goes there?"
The Frostmoor
Tourists.
Crows. Oh,
They look at each other and they ride a little closer. "Who?"
guys.
Frostmoor crows. We are tourists.
Not know this phrase.
We are visitors.
Yes, humble travelers. Very humble.
Yeah.
They look at each other
Humbler
again.
than you.
They say,
On vacation. I mean, on a holiday. On
"You've perhaps come to the
We're
wrong
traveling.
place, sirs. There's nothing here for you."
There appears to be quite the monument behind you.
Well, it's quite the trip back, so we'd like to survey the town at least.
just for fun.
They look at
We've
each other.
recently inherited this wonderful boat, and we wanted to take it for a sail.
They look at you very skeptically. And you thought
can I-
this would be a good place to sail, did you?
Well, actually, we happened upon it. We came through. We're just exploring, and we saw this beautiful beast, and thought, oh, that's worth a look. Don't see that every day.
You certainly don't. You must admit that.
Is there any chance we could meet with Mr. Montkov?
They again look at each other and back at you. "Oh, I suppose we could take you in for the night."
Oh no.
sounds
I mean,
We're good. We agree? Yes.
Yeah.
I say to the guys, I'm worried that they don't.
Let
I'm
us
worried
just-
they're talking about throwing us in the brig or something.
Well, no. Let's find out what happens when we get there. Yeah, we'll gladly go with you. Thank you for
Let's
your
just-
hospitality.
Let us just relay a few messages to the captain of the ship, of the vessel, and their crew before we depart.
All right.
I'd like to tell Captain Thaler to go investigate the docks and gather the information for us, because I don't like talking to sailors anymore.
So what information are you looking for?
What has anyone been employed to work over at the squid? Is the squid off limits? Has anything come out of the squid? Has anyone seen what's come out of the squid? What's
Right.
to go with the squid?
Okay.
Basically.
So basically, what's the history of it? What's the deal with it?
Yep.
What's
Yep.
going on?
Yep. What's the vibe around it? Can anyone get near it? That kind of stuff.
All right. Okay.
And also rumors on,
that
fire
sounds fair enough. Okay. So you go up into the town with these soldiers, I assume.
Yes,
And they say, "And you wish to speak to the Lord?"
we do. We do.
"Well, you'd best hope the Lord wants to speak with you."
He might. I'll turn back to the. I don't know. Are we? We're in. Out of. What's the phrase?
Earshot.
Yes, thank you.
Out of earshot?
Can we be out of earshot?
Yeah, okay, so if you want to be out of earshot, you can take a moment. If you can maneuver a moment.
Lovely.
You
Okay.
can manufacture an out of earshot moment.
Right. It's like, so I'll go to Josiah. It's like, we didn't get anything from the prior. We didn't get anything from Ancon, from the leaders, or like some kind of reference to give when we got here, did we?
I don't think it would help even if we
No,
did.
I think we're also on a bit of a secret mission around this.
I would
Oh,
also maybe get have a little huddle, all four of us, and just maybe come up with a reason for being here.
We told them we're tourists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've had
well, we-
like 3 weeks on a boat, and now
Yeah,
you're coming up with your reason to
We're
be-
sticking with it, guys.
Yeah.
I'll
I don't get it
elaborate.
now.
Let's just go.
Out of game.
Sure.
Out of game, I will give you this one opportunity to, because of course there was a gap between last session and this
But
session.
no, we got ourselves into the situation.
now hang
and
on.
we'll
Hang
get
on. I'm
ourselves
willing
out.
to take this opportunity.
Josiah, just hold your horses there. I've come to realize that when Russell offers you offers you a chance, you take it. Otherwise, I'd be stuck with Expeditious Retreat as one of my spells.
Thank you.
So let's just hang on a sec.
Okay.
I'm
okay,
happy to
we've
give
already
you
said that we're tourists.
retro flashback to the boat before you got here to discuss this. And if you want to take back the tourist phrase, saying I'm prepared to go with that too, because you would, if you'd had the conversation, you would have said that to begin with. It would
How
make sense.
about
Right,
how
let's-
about then merchants? Because if we say we're
No.
merchants and we're looking to establish a trade route here, then that links up with Skagen.
Nah, because
What are
there's
we selling?
yeah, and what do we have?
Yeah. Pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage, I think something along the lines of religious, Moradin maybe, giants.
Tricky Bob stuff. Yeah.
Yes. You're
I'm down
recent
with that.
converts to Moradin, and I'm here to take you on a pilgrimage to challenge you and trial you. So,
Would the
Um,
would
Well,
Moradin be
let's-
okay with us lying?
oh, would he?
Like as
Would he-
if I like saying I'm a follower using his
You're
name
asking me
to
that.
Remember, he's
using
not.
his
He's
name
not
to lie.
Well, look,
He's
to-
not a
it's not like
bastion
we
of all
don't-
virtue. Like
Okay.
gods lie.
And we
I
also don't,
evil
we
gods
don't
do.
not believe in Moradin. It's not like we're impious, right? We believe in the gods. They exist.
Well,
It's not like we're blaspheming.
there's
Yeah?
a different. Yeah, I
Aren't
get
we
your
all
meaning, but
acolytes of Moradin in some way?
I squeeze my eyes very, very hard, and I try to conjure the image of Moradin from my trip to say that this is okay to lie for Moradin's sake, and I'm now fully convinced that it is.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
I
good.
should.
Tricky Bob,
All right, then.
Can you make a religion check, please?
If anything, I think it should be deception check on myself, but you know.
That could be next if you fail this one.
13 on religion.
13. Obviously Moradin doesn't condone lying about things, but Moradin is also not a god of stupidity, and so survival is important, and you are here on a mission, and so fulfilling that mission, your duty to the mission is probably more important, you think, and having your friends get hurt, killed, or otherwise detained for all the wrong reasons, when you're on a special mission to do good, actually, right? I mean, your actual mission is to clear up the Skagenblad shit, which is probably more important than did you tell the truth about why you're here. If it doesn't affect anybody and nobody's going to get hurt from the lie, then it's really just a tactical cover.
later on, when someone does get hurt by this lie, it's too late.
That becomes a different story.
So
Should have rolled a 14 then.
I'm thinking like I'm not sure where we are at this point because we're still discussing things, but
Yep.
maybe we could
We're in
create
two
some.
places at once.
Yeah.
Do we have
We're in the
outfits that
past
can-
and the
do we-
future.
do- Can we have acolyte outfits?
Well, that's what
for-
I'm thinking. Maybe some sort of a symbol each that we can have, like a
I need
little,
a hammer.
minor,
We just have
like
hammers.
not made of metal or anything, just like a little symbol that we could draw
Essentially.
up.
Well, I've already got a shield of Moradin.
Oh,
I have
Oh,
Tricky
yeah.
Bob's old shield, and I also have a giant rune on my sword.
wait a minute.
So
Do I have
I'm
proficiency
looking
with
quite the
disguise
part.
kits?
Okay. I'll say that
I
this thing
do.
is a squid of Moradin.
I have a proficiency with disguise kits, and I would be willing to bet there's a disguise kit in the old bag of holding there.
I would be willing to bet there is.
I would like some ceremonial Moradin face paint, please.
Yeah, I can sort you out something like that, Gimbal, and I'll sort myself out something like that too. Do you want me to roll for something there, Russell?
Sure. Sleight of hand, please.
All right, a sleight of hand. Right. I should do it twice, so once for me and once for Gimbal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I
And-
get the first roll.
Gimbal, are you helping him with that check?
Yes, with my knowledge of
You can
Moradin.
help me. Yeah, help me with one of them, I suppose.
Right.
You want me
And
to
then
help?
the other
Or?
one I have-
He's helping by standing still
Yeah,
and not talking.
So that is 25 for Gimbal.
25. Gimbal. Okay, so what
Actually,
Gimbal,
I didn't even use that help.
wow.
That's
Let's,
fine,
let's
I'll
roll
take-
again.
Right, let's see if we can get a 20.
It's
Nat
20, 25. 25. Yeah.
Gimbal looks like the archetypal elven warrior of Moradin.
Nice.
All right, cool.
Because that happens.
That's pretty cool.
Does
As
now.
now.
All right.
With his
Uh,
squid. What the fuck? Okay,
Goodly.
I'm going to have to say, just for the sake of this, your cloak has to be over the squid. If the squid is,
Okay.
if you reveal the squid, it's going to be a bit weird, and people
Okay.
are going
Change
to
it.
ask a lot of questions.
No,
about it.
and that's
Change it,
good. That'll
Gimbal,
give me some
change it.
surprises. That gives me some
Oh,
surprise
please
options.
change
That's
it.
good. That's
Right.
good.
Oh, it's so gross. Okay. And now I'll roll for my disguise. And
All right.
my disguise is going to Tricky, what's I'm not sure if you'll know this.
Mhm.
I'm sure your character will, but
Yes.
out of game, like what's sort of a really typical kind of symbol of Moradin? Like
The
obviously he's
hammer,
got his
right?
hammer. Yeah,
Yep.
but I've got a
Anvil,
sword that's
forge.
probably not gonna work.
Is he a
Anvil,
big fan of
forge,
beer?
Mountain.
any sort of like
God of the Forge.
clothing he might wear. Armor, I suppose.
Yeah.
Can't really fake that. What
I
about
know
a
his
symbol?
armor's made
What's
of
his
hammers.
holy symbol?
It's a hammer.
The hammer. Oh,
hammer,
okay. All
hammer
right.
and anvil. Yeah.
All right.
Well-
Well, I'll just
mean, you could have
emblazon
a-
my cloak, which is
Yeah.
made of wolf pelt.
I mean, you could take some sort of small iron and heat it up to red hot or something, and burn these shapes in the fur cloak.
Because
Yeah, why
Tricky
not?
Bob has she has the Moradin's robes under her armor, but she also has the little symbol of like the anvil and the hammer on her
Right. Oh,
helmet thingy. So she
right.
can probably just take that off, and
Copy them
assuming that's a
and-
pin. Or
Right.
yeah, you just take it off and give it to Hank, because I think it was always meant to be detachable.
In fact, Tricky Bob, you're gonna make me another religion check. This time is to determine how many little supplementary. There you go. As
21.
it so happens, you've got a whole bunch of Moradin symbols that you brought along with you. Various types of things, parts of an altar that you set up. You know,
I'm
you have
head to toe in Moradin merch.
right, exactly. You sell. You've got all the Moradin stuff.
Cool.
So you've got more than enough stuff to give these guys to pair out all the necklaces and the jewelry and the wristbands and all of the stuff.
Should we call that? Should we call that help then for my disguise action?
Definitely. Yep. Thank you.
Excellent.
Cheeky.
Good, because that was a 5. Here we go. So 18 plus 7 is 25. 25 as well.
Nice.
25 again. Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys both look amazingly Moradinian.
All right, and I've got a good. So, all right, the reason that we great acolytes of Moradin are here, I think, should be that we've been assigned on our pilgrimage for the Northern Sky Reaches because we're so awesome. They've never seen it before, and we have to at each of the towns we visit, we have to help the Lord with a task.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's like a trial.
Yeah, a trial pilgrimage,
right.
spreading the aid and word of Moradin.
What's
through
going to
acts.
be so obviously you've had time to talk about this. I'm going to raise this question for you. Why are you not dwarves?
Because
We met Tricky Bob.
Yeah, Tricky Bob converted us, and we are emissaries of how Moradin is for all, not
Right.
just dwarven
Because
kind.
she's the prophet. She's the prophet. And
Oh,
she's
yeah.
spreading the word of Moradin, and we're her disciples.
Why don't we say that she's doing the pilgrimage and we're her apostles that have been aided by her on the way?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
So
And so
she's the leader.
She is the leader,
Okay.
Tricky Bob's
but
the
she
leader.
lets us speak for her.
No, no,
That's
let's
fine,
do
she's
this,
the
man.
leader.
Tricky Bob
Yeah,
takes the
yeah, yeah.
lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, that's cool. So this plays back into the original Tricky Bob. When you rolled your religion check to see, is it okay to lie about this? Well, partly also because if these guys are going to play your disciples, well, maybe they will have a revelation and they will in fact become your disciples. So it doesn't hurt to giving them these symbols and stuff. The fact that they're pretending to be, there's something comforting about that, I suspect.
I wish Harbig was here.
Oh,
He wishes he was here too.
Oh, he would have really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
he'd love to see Hank do all of this religious crap.
Right.
I think it's better he's not here. He doesn't see all of us lie and pretend to be.
Hank definitely thinks so.
Mine for a
Right.
good cause. He'll appreciate it.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm happy for that.
You happy with that?
He might actually
Excellent.
laugh for once. Our old thing that he is.
Yep. Okay, so are we ready to cut back to real time?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we are aware that this probably won't fool any of the Barakar wizards, right? Because they know we're here. We know what we're all about. This is
It's
just
a double
cover
bluff,
for-
right?
They
Because
might
if-
not. Let's act like they don't know.
We're
Here we are.
metagaming anyway.
And sorry,
Out of
Yeah.
game.
No, I was saying that in game.
Ah.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
saying that all of this tomfoolery probably won't. Yeah.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
a
we
double.
can
Hank,
roll
I
with
see it
it
as kind of a double bluff because if they call this, then they need to kind of reveal their own hand, right?
Yeah, I suppose they do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's see if they want to do that.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Cool.
Gimbal.
I like where your head's
stare
at.
right into his eyes.
Huh? Stop doing
Gimble.
that. You're creeping me out.
Gimble.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
So, okay. So up through the town you go, up into Vanderhold, and you see that the village, there were a lot of fisheries here. You can see a lot of places where there were fisheries, and the fishing here seems to have been shut down somewhat recently. As you're going through the village too, can you make perception checks, please.
Oh, that dice is so slow.
Ooh,
15.
got a nat.
Got a nat.
Yes.
Excellent. Josiah 14 and where did it go? Game log. Here we go. Oh, Tricky Bob, nat 20. Wow. Okay, Tricky Bob. You're especially paying attention here. You notice that a lot of the houses here are boarded up. A lot of windows boarded up, doors nailed shut with boards closed, nailed over them around the place.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does it look like there's not that many people outside? We're just in the town.
There's still people moving stuff around, wagons and things. There is a general sense of malaise and depression around. There's not, you don't see kids running around playing or anyone singing or anything like that. It's just work and snow.
Do the boarded up houses look like they're still being lived in, or they're completely abandoned?
They seem to be abandoned.
Right. Wonder where all these people went.
So eventually you get up to the castle, and so there's some toing and froing between the guards that you have with you and the guards at the castle until they finally let you into the sally port. And you are probably going to be witnessing architecture that you've never seen before. The castle itself is in a style you've never seen. It's closer to an Alvan style, perhaps, than the typical standard stuff you've seen previously, Balconard, Vane Gate. And it's a little bit fancier and more elegant, but it looks kind of weirdly out of place here.
Is it stone?
It is stone.
Ooh, can I do my stone cutting check on the architecture?
Oh, you can. Sure, you can.
I think it's advantage on history check.
Sure, you can have advantage on that.
I just think they're wannabes and tryhards.
A 9.
A 9 with advantage.
Yeah.
Even you, Tricky Bob, you're kind of amazed, actually, Tricky Bob. The stones they've used are very finely carved, but they're very small bricks, rather than big, chunky, heavy bricks. And you're sort of thinking to yourself, Tricky Bob, well, that's a bit stupid because small bricks are going to get blown apart more easily by, catapults and stuff like that. So. Battering rams and things, not as strong. But that being said, you have to admit that the design is much more subtle and has there's crenellations and arrow slits and things in places that you couldn't do with bigger rocks and such. In any case, you head in and you're taken to a small room inside the castle. It's a little bit windy and drafty. You see a maid come through and sees you, and she's kind of surprised and shocked, and she runs off. And a few minutes later, another servant comes in and says, "Oh, Lord Montcoff will be seeing you soon after his baths."
Baths? Plural?
What time of day is it?
She looks sort of shifty and nods and leaves.
Yes, this guy takes multiple baths in a row.
That's good. He's gonna smell nice.
Maybe they just
I'd much
warm
rather
up.
meet with someone who smells nice than someone who smells foul.
I guess it's just
Maybe the stuff is in the air here, and they need lots of baths to smell normal.
I think you'd get used to the smell.
maybe
sure it smells horrible
maybe
now,
it just
but
means
give it
that
a couple
he's quite well to do. I mean, you should keep that in mind. These
Cool.
hoity-toity
Yeah, true.
types, they like to be pampered. So if you want a leverage point when we're talking to this guy, just think about that. Obviously, enjoys the finer things in lives, even though he's hi Gimble's dad.
Gimble's dad.
Even though he's lives in the boondocks.
Do you think he pees in the bath and then has to hop into a different one?
Definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
I pee in the bath all the
No.
time, but I don't have a second bath.
Didn't we once have a thing of like rolling order and
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I went
Ew, yeah,
first.
you went first.
Yes, we did. Yeah, so good to know, Hank.
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
At
Back
one
in
point that
Belgrade.
we wanted to, we were having, I remember at one point we were having a bar, and there was only one, so we were discussing.
We took
Turn
initiative
order.
to who, yeah. All right, Tricky Bob, I think you take the lead on this one.
Anyway,
Finally,
is there any food around?
there is actually some food around, and it consists of rather gross stuff that you don't probably even know what it is.
I do want to poke it.
There's some
See it.
smelly fish.
Right. Okay. Oh, so
and
they are fishing.
Oh
They
yeah,
do have fish.
They do have fish. Yeah, in fact, almost all the food here is basically fish.
Mm.
Right. Is any of it squid?
Some squid too. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
The
But nothing that
squid
looks
or
like
just
a
like-
big chunk
not-
of squid.
You wouldn't see anything that looked like like weird massive squid. No, there's that.
Right.
Just like normal squid.
There's
So
normal
he's not
squid.
eating. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And finally, you are admitted to the Lord's chambers, which are very, imagine dark wood panels. It's a very dark space. The walls are all wooden and heavy feeling, if that makes sense. There's a fireplace that seems to burn still somehow cold.
Oak and mahogany.
Mahogany, yeah, exactly. Oak and mahogany. I mean, if you've ever watched BBC's any of the BBC Shakespeare's, you'll see a lot of the interiors look like that, or many of their costume dramas. In fact, this particular individual is wearing quite fancy-looking clothes. As you come in, his hair is cut to shoulder length and cut straight. He has a very stern-looking face with a very wide, straight mouth, and a slightly, possibly even cruel streak in his complexion. If that, sometimes you can just,
Countenance.
you think you can tell, but
Right.
you can make insight checks actually, if you like.
19.
19, 15.
3.
3. Okay, so 19 and 15. It might occur to you that maybe he does have a cruel streak, or maybe he has a survival streak.
Mm.
In any case, he looks to be about 48 years of age, and he says, smiling, and you see the rings on his fingers and what have you. Welcome, please do come in.
Tricky.
Good Lord.
Pleasure to be here, sir.
I
I
am Lord
am-
Edgar Bernard Krilinovich Montkov.
Right, Mr. Krinelovich, I am Tricky Bob Stoneheart. I am a pilgrim of Moradin, here to experience trials and tribulations of the world. And these are my acolytes, who recent converts to Moradin himself.
Would you make a persuasion check for me, please?
Oh man,
Seeing
can it be
as they're-
intimidation?
Seeing as they're giving you help because
Oh, they're giving
going
me help?
along
We're
with your
dressed up.
story. Yep, you can have advantage.
19, okay.
Oh.
First one was a 4.
Yeah, I saw that.
All right. He seems a bit confused about this at first, and then he looks at you guys and looks around and looks at one of his advisor who's sitting in the corner. You didn't even notice this person, and looks back at you and nods. I see that you have the symbols of Moradin. Interesting. I did not know that the Temple of Moradin sent pilgrims, especially pilgrims of other races, around the world.
Yeah, well, we're doing this inclusivity campaign, and we're trying to really branch out and, influence more races, because, our slogan is Moradin is just not just for dwarves, it's for everyone.
He looks at you very strangely, like, what did you just say? I see. That's his response to that whole sentence, like, woof. You're not sure whether it's sunk in or not, but
Actually, I do have a question for you. Do you have any shrines of Moradin in your town?
he looks at you. You're looking to build a shrine of Moradin in our town, in Vanderhold.
It's kind of like our secondary, goal here is we really want to spread Moradin around, areas where he's normally not very common. And we
So-
thought, this is quite secluded and distant.
Allow
be a
me
great place.
to ask you a few questions, if you will. Firstly, I will say that I do not think that we do have any shrines to Moradin here.
A shame.
There are, however, many shrines to the gods of the giants. The local people here seem to be obsessed with them, which is a long-standing tradition out here in the Ben Vanaheim in the northern sky reaches. It's not so unusual, I suppose. Personally, I find it a little superstitious. I feel that the giants are gone, and we've not seen them for thousands of years. In fact, we humans have not seen them at all. So they seem to have been exterminated before we arrived. I think it is very strange that humans here find it so interesting to study the giant lore. But nonetheless,
I could
yes,
be so forward, my lord. What direction does your faith point you in?
I have little faith, sir.
I see.
Ever since that giant beast washed up on our shores, my brother and I, shall we say, discussed the notions of divinity, and there is no place where God would allow such a thing.
I once thought the same as you, sir, until young Tricky Bob came into my life and I saw the light of Moradin shine where no light shone before. I was a
Well-
lost soul, not unlike you.
Can you make a persuasion check? You can have
Alright.
advantage with your friends. You guys are really playing into this, and
Hank
also
would be
a-
like,
Oh, wait.
there's also a little bit of a culture differentiation too, so which plays into it for you as well, because you're not aware of each other's cultures so
Ooh.
well. Oh,
Oh, man, that is a
Advantage?
good roll.
what
Okay.
did you roll? 29.
Oh, a
Mother
oh,
natural 20. Okay.
look at that.
He looks at you for a minute and he says, "Truly, you have seen the light of the dwarven god of the forge."
Having very little culture myself, being neither a human nor an elf, I found an outcast from both societies, and the light of the forge was cast upon me, and I saw the true face of divinity. And Moradin is not just for the dwarves. Moradin speaks for all.
He is an industrious god. He is he spreads hard work wherever he goes.
Yes,
Very useful to have in town.
Mr. Krilinovich, I understand where you're coming from with your
Please,
lack
Lord
of faith.
Montkov.
On Monkoff, true. I can see where you're coming from with your, disdain perhaps for faith.
I have
if
not
you ever-
disdain for faith. Please do not misunderstand me. It is not disdain. I just personally
Abstinence.
I have personally had reasons to personally abstain from faith.
And I understand that fully, but if you ever change your mind, Moradin is there for you.
I see. Have you witnessed miracles?
But yes, he has spoken to me for a couple of days. He was my guide, and that's how I became the Oracle of Moradin, the prophet, so to say.
You are the oracle and prophet of Moradin.
Yes. You may ask. Oh, shit, what's her name? The temple woman from Vangate.
Right. We do have names for these
I
characters.
do have. Yeah, I just forgot what it was.
Vangate. Let me just check. I'm bound to have notes.
Oh god, I remember that.
I see everybody in the sheet right now looking.
Yep.
I think
doesn't-
it must be in my one. I think I wrote it
Doesn't
down.
look like Tricky Bob wrote it down on the main thing.
Oh, crap.
Oh, not doing homework, Tricky.
I've got my own notes somewhere.
I've got my own
Scrambled.
notes written down as well, but they're all so haphazard.
Yeah.
They're useless because there's no organization to them.
Oh no.
I'm putting down in the sketch ideas one. Tricky Bob not doing her homework.
Actually, no, I have dated it. Yeah, I've dated my pages. That's the
Dated
organization
them.
I have.
Wow, that's clever.
Dated.
Actually, that's useful. You could have like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little journal, I suppose, of notes. Or notes journal, is what I've got.
Okay, well, out of game, I can't quickly locate the name.
Let's say I quote her name because I can't remember it either.
Sure.
Something beginning with M.
All right.
Other.
No,
It was not
God.
mother. I see, says the Lord Krilinovich Montkov. Very well. I am curious about what you are all about, and you may have our hospitality for a few nights. Tell me, are you planning to stay here long?
We'll
Yes,
see.
we must until we accomplish our task.
And what is your task precisely,
Well-
Lord? What was your name?
Moonbrook.
Moonbrook, Lord Moonbrook of Moradin. I see. What is your task again?
To spread the good grace of Moradin by assisting the lords of each town that we visit with a task, no matter how grave and how difficult.
No matter how grave or how difficult.
Moradin will see us through.
Hail, Moradin,
We will know when it's time to leave, and we will know when our task has been given to us.
by your grace, of course.
I see. Well, I should need to think on this, I would say. But first, I think you should come to our evening festivities tonight here.
We would be
shall
on
have
it.
a festival in your honor.
And
Oh.
would your brother be in attendance? We would like to see if we can convert himself as well.
Sadly, my brother Adrian has been long
Ah.
gone from here for
Hmm.
many months, perhaps a few years now.
And when you say gone, you mean in the... Has he gone to Moradin?
No, he's traveled south to Vengate,
Right.
Yeah.
looking for his fortune. Poor fool.
Mhm.
Well, I'll be with him on his travels.
What can be done? Yes, good luck to him and his travels is indeed the least we can hope for him. He was not fit for this life here. My dear brother. So, feast for you when you return. In the name
Lovely.
of Moradin. How about that?
A feast with ale?
Has to be with ale.
Well, of course, with ale. But we also drink a very fine liquor here. Perhaps you should try some.
We'll need lots of it. I have quite the appetite for such things.
Ah, yes, we call
Moradin's
this.
blessed me with an inability to get drunk.
I see. Well, he I'm trying to think of, would someone like to come up with a name for the Sidariel analog of vodka? I think that Maria, you should come up with it because
Vodka means little water, right?
I
Like
would say
small
clear brew.
water.
Clear Burton.
It's not brewed though; it's distilled. Maybe like
Yeah.
heat, like something to do with fire or heat, like steam or.
fire water.
Brick water.
I mean, that
Because it goes
literally
down
is
so
what it is,
smoothly.
though. But
It goes down so smoothly it tricks you.
Or
Because
could
it's not
be
really water. It
Could be
looks like
northern fire water or
Frost water.
pepper ice,
Frost.
pepper water. I don't know. Maybe frost.
How about something like cool sounding, like Gnivka?
Gnevka.
Well, because
How
Gniv means like wrath,
wrath.
and it kind of sounds like vodka.
I like that.
Okay, so
Gnevka.
how do we
Gnevka.
how do we spell that?
Gnevka.
Knefka.
GNVEKA.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
GNVEKA.
Oh, GNEVK.
What does Gnev mean? Tricky?
It's like wrath. Let me see
Wrath?
the actual translation. Yeah.
Is this Ukrainian or Russian?
Nah, it's it's the same word. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
We get a lot of carryover.
right, it makes sense. GNEVKA, not EKA.
Yeah.
No, Genevka. Okay, cool. That sounds great. And it's wrath.
Wrath.
It's like drinking
Yeah.
wrath.
Edgy.
It's funny. It's sort of
Edgy.
yeah.
Edgy as fuck.
Yeah, never.
Okay, cool. Love it.
Well, it's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this place.
And Trigger Bob, you can have advantage for that. Thank you very much.
Yay.
You can have an inspiration.
Inspiration.
I mean,
Inspiration.
yeah.
Yay.
That was.
I have a feeling we're going to need as much inspiration in this little jaunt as possible because we've never been good at planning and we've just kind of stumbled in here.
Hey, well,
Think
this
we
is the
wrote it
first
down
time
well.
we've aligned on group deception, which is really good
True.
as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That is true.
I guess
Yeah.
that's what planning will do, eh?
Maybe we'll learn something from this.
You're going to become the most planning,
Yeah.
ultimate planners in D&D.
Yeah, we have a planning session before every session.
Right.
We were meant to be doing that.
Are
Yeah,
we?
Yeah, I thought
we're
you
supposed
did
to be
do that.
using the back
clown
channel.
Oh, right.
and the back
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah, we should start doing that again.
should,
soon.
half
We
an
really
hour.
need to. Like, we do
A
really
little.
need to. Sometimes I'm at work and I'm like, I could be talking to the guys here because
Oh.
sometimes there's just nothing to do. Like, usually there is something, but sometimes there's just literally nothing to do, and I'd be like, I
Well,
could be talking to the guys about stuff.
a lot of the time you can probably hit me up too, to be fair. I spend a lot of time in front of my computer and planning and stuff, and if you just want to have 5 minutes or something,
All right, well, that's
often-
good to know.
often have time to just answer some questions or come up with some lore or something around your character
Right.
or whatever.
Well, how about we keep the back channel off mute then, and then we just because that'd be cool. Anyway, carrying on.
All right, so we have the drink Wrath, and so Genevka, they bring forth a silver tray of this stuff with, I suppose, shot. They're not glasses because we don't have glass, but fine-looking cups.
Can it
Little
be like?
horns. Little horns.
Cups, yeah.
Can it be
horns.
like
Ah.
partially
Horns.
frozen? Like you know
Yeah,
how when you put
yeah.
vodka in the freezer and it like goes all syrupy.
Right.
It's like an ice block, and then you just like stick it in your mouth and it melts in your.
No, like sort of like a
It doesn't
slurry,
freeze. It goes
know?
weird. It goes all
Mm.
weird.
There
Gloopy.
might be a couple of different ways that it serves, a couple of different versions of it. You can have it in different ways. Perhaps feel free to make shit up.
Pour it in my hand.
Right.
If you do, please keep notes, and I'm going to steal them for the future.
Okay.
Part of the Sidariel lore.
I
from
reckon the Montcoff version, or rather the Van Vanelheim version, would be like that sort of frozen slurry sort of a.
Right.
It comes straight from outside. Maybe they have like a particular a box or something that they keep it in outside, and then when
Right.
it's ready to be served, they bring it straight in, and it's
Right.
like half frozen and syrupy, and that's how you have it. And there's
Right.
like a little tradition around it or something. That'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Makes sense. Yeah, something like that, or even like a frozen room under the castle or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like deep
too.
in the ground, and it's just dedicated to this purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And maybe, in fact, yeah, I've got ideas about that now. Cool. Thank you.
I just
Um,
realized who Edgar's brother was. Right.
Yeah.
you.
Didn't
Wait,
you
who is
see
it?
all of our faces of recognition when
I
you
did not.
mentioned the name?
I was taking in everything.
One of the
Yeah.
players from the VGC.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually had to
Oh.
leave for now. He's gone on
Oh.
hiatus, unfortunately.
I have noticed you're down to 4 now.
Yeah, because
It's
he's doing his
that's not
master's
permanent, though,
degree.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to finish his master's degree, and Steve's just moved to Hamilton, so he needs some time to set up his house and shit and
Sure.
stuff as well. So we've laid off for a little while, and I don't know if it's permanent or not at this point. So yeah,
Oh, we could be the number one, guys.
yeah.
Be number one.
you kind of are now.
Oh
Who
man.
knows? I don't know, but I do think it would be cool, and I've talked to them about it actually. The idea of doing like some crossovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where one or two of you or one or two of them could go one way or the other. One of them could come to this game or vice versa. Or something like that
Keen.
could be fun.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, how many of you? There's 4 of you and 4 of them. That would be 8 players. We could do like a full crossover.
Avengers meet the X-Men.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah.
We need to get like a fan base for each group first, so that then we can double them. That'd be cool. All right. Anyway, so
we've got a fan, right?
Got a fan.
We?
At least
Pretty
one
sure we've
fan.
got. There's like one person who's.
Some of your videos have been watched a lot of times.
Have they?
That
Some
might
of
be
them
me.
Really, like 32 times.
Maybe not 32 times. Well, you see,
16
the first
times?
one. The first one would be our first episode, because every time I go into the playlist, it takes me straight to the
refreshes
first
that
episode.
Right.
Yeah,
I think you have to watch
that'll be a
like 4 minutes or
fake number.
something before it counts as a view, doesn't it?
Yeah, that could be
Okay.
true. There are, and also your IP address will count against it, and so on as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so you can't just like build up views nonstop by clicking the same
That would
video a
be-
million times. You have
Yeah.
to,
True.
Like, let it
Yeah.
play.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But feel free to try.
All right, Gimbal.
Oh, yeah,
You
the
want
first
to?
one's got 64 views. Damn.
Which
Oh,
one?
that's not.
Maybe
Come
it is.
on, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Sorry.
Back to the
Right,
action.
All right.
Okay.
So,
You're right. You're right.
all right. Cool. So you are shown to rooms, taken to some rooms, given some privacy and what have you. It's not as flash as Balconard. It's not as big as Balconard either. It's flash in a different way. It's smaller and a little bit more elegant.
Okay. Like a country manor house or something.
Like the difference between the Tower of London and the Kremlin.
Okay.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
One is a lot fancier in a way, but in this case, the this one
Not
is
as functional,
smaller,
I
less
suppose.
functional, more pretty.
Yeah.
Are there baths?
Are they baths? Yeah, there are baths.
Yeah, I'll go have a bath.
I'll go first.
My squid is going after me.
In order, there's not so much a bathhouse as they will bring you a bath
Okay.
and set it up in your room and bring hot water.
Lovely.
and
Excellent.
So that all happens. Very good. Is there anything you'd particularly like to get done in your time of privacy before the dinner and the festivities?
I would like to stash my staff somewhere. I mean,
Okay.
not necessarily hidden, but at least so it doesn't look like it's.
Bag of holding?
Yeah. Bag
Mm.
seems.
Let's
Like
chuck it
place.
in the bag of holding. I might actually chuck my wand of magic missiles in there as well.
Yeah. Is there anything else that might incriminate us of being found? We might want to put in the bag.
Probably know about my wand of magic missiles.
Criminators? No,
No.
I'm good. I don't think there's anything. I have
Oh,
to
actually,
do.
you know what? I will put the spell book that I got from the Bannakai wizard in there,
Good idea.
and the
Mm.
robes that we took from him. Yeah,
Very
basically
good
anything that
idea.
we got from that wizard, let's put that in the bag of holding, and I name it Bannakai spellbook and Bannakai robes, and that sort of thing. Bannakai,
Cool.
whatever it is.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
will
mean
probably.
Barakyle.
Yeah, Baraka.
Barakyle. Sorry, Barakyle.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as you-
Yeah. I guess let's make a decoy bag as well and fill it with all the stuff that Tricky Bob made us. And if there's anything left over from those religious trinkets that were Moradinish that were in the bag to start with,
Hmm.
maybe have those there as well. Just
Should we,
throw if anyone's sent that if they go rifling through our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we also come up with some sort of a story as to how we all met?
Are we all in our own rooms, or are we all in a room together discussing this?
out of game, you can decide.
I'd be
Same
keen to
room.
have a room together. Yeah. Just for the sake of
Mm.
us talking
Mm.
right now. I mean, we could just go into somebody's room. It doesn't matter.
I think you could have like a.
In a bathroom separately.
I think you
So like I'm
you,
in a different room.
you could have some different sleeping rooms, but a shared sort of meeting
Like a
space,
common room.
common
Right,
room.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously we would bathe in our sleeping rooms, but our common room, yeah.
Mm.
So I think that it would be a good idea if we kept to the truth as much as possible. So say that we are the Frostmoor Crows, and we started out as a mercenary company and all of this sort of thing, but through osmosis to Tricky, she's sort of like recruited us to Moradin's way, and now we follow Moradin. But we still, the Frostmoor Crows, but we
We're a
follow
religious
Moradin's
mercenary
path.
group now.
Yeah, we have a compass now, a religious compass, and
Right.
that's so all of the things that we've been done. It's sort of like if they find out some history on us, if by chance, then we can be like, oh well, we did do that. It's true, but we did it in Moradin's
We could say, oh,
name.
but do we want a reward for this from these people, or do we? No, well, I guess we've already said we won't. So what we'll say is like we get paid.
I think we
by the
forego that
church.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of the price maybe of us invoking Moradin's name for our deception would be that we now do not get any sort of reward for this.
Unless they offer it to us. So,
Yeah, well, we'll find
don't-
something
we
nice.
let's
Gimble.
not-
Don't worry.
don't-
Don't worry. We'll find something
can
nice.
we can donate it to Moradin. Say if it's gold or something, it would be in Moradin's coffers. If it's like an item, then we just hide it or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we don't really believe in Moradin, so I think we should keep the gold.
But a true adventure has its own reward, Gimble. We'll find something nice along the
Well,
way.
if
Don't
they
worry.
give us gold, I'm not gonna go put it in the church.
I think we owe it to Moradin for allowing him to
He's not
allowing
real.
us to use his name.
How dare you?
I think that's a pretty
Kidding.
contentious
It's
thing to
fine.
say there, Gimble.
Look, it's fine.
Yeah.
I just saying, Moradin would want us to have the gold.
Mm.
Look, we'll
Moradin would
we'll
like
throw him a
Moradin to have
bone.
the gold.
Yeah, let's just allow things to happen as they will, because that will obviously be Moradin's will, all right? He's allowed us to go through this. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can-
Greetings. Who is there? This
You
is.
should know. You knocked on our door.
yeah.
I am Herr Tunefrick. Please open the door.
Let's
Why?
Okay.
open the
I'll
door.
open
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah.
There's an old man standing there. He looks he doesn't actually look terribly frail, but he's obviously old. He says, "Please allow me in. I wish to speak to you."
By all
Look in
means.
the I'd like to look in the corridor and see if there's anyone else.
Nobody else.
Hmm.
He seems to be paranoid. He looks back and forth. Do you want to make insight checks?
Okay.
I'm intrigued. I would love to.
Oh, that is so slow. What's going on with this dice?
Great.
Ooh.
All right. 16 from Hank.
I know
Wow.
my old people.
6 from me.
Okay, so who got the highest here?
Grit.
Grit.
Gamble.
Wow. Okay. He seems to be paranoid. He seems to be what's the word I'm looking for? I guess just concerned.
highly sprung.
Anxious.
Anxious, concerned, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
but Highly strung, perhaps, yeah.
Yes, that's the one. Strong.
Keeps looking back over his shoulder. Let me in now, please, quickly.
All right.
Fully.
All right. Come on in.
Very furtive. All right.
Close the door.
My name is Tunefrick. I am the resident physician here at the Stretch.
Mm.
You will forgive me. I myself am not too well, but I wish to speak to you. I have heard that the Lord wishes to send you off upon a mission that you will not return from.
Oh,
Mm.
Well,
why would
who
he
can
do such a
say?
thing?
Who can say we won't return? Maybe we will.
He
We're
does
quite
not
good.
listen to me. He does not trust you, whoever you are. I do not know who you are or why you're here, but if you stay here under Lord Montcoff's in his hospitality, you will most likely not leave this place.
Why are you telling us this?
I do not wish to see you struck, as it were.
Well,
You
Sorry,
are
you
be that as
strangers
it
This all
may,
sounds
but
very
I don't
interesting.
know you from Onan, sir. So why are you doing this?
He looks at you, he says, humanity, sir, that is why.
Hmm.
You mentioned so what? Well, then your lord Montcoff would wish harm on travelers.
You, sir,
Is he
he-
sane?
he fears you. There's more to this, more to this.
There's Moradin.
He looks at you, Moradin.
They are quite intimidating. Don't worry. We Moradin you should talk to Moradin. He's good.
You do not understand. It is more difficult than that. There is the matter of the wizards here.
Which wizards? The Hank's gonna play dumb. He's gonna, what do you mean the wizards? Which wizards?
I cannot say any more. Only that there are wizards here in this city, and that they will, if they are to discover you, they will wish to examine you. And if you have secrets, they will know them.
We can't simply thank you for warning us, but we can't simply turn tail and run from everything. What would you propose? We jump back on our boat and leave completely?
Yes.
What would this mission be that we are supposedly not to come back from?
I do not know the exact details yet, but only that the requirements of the mission are such that they are planning a mission for you. You told the Lord Montcoff that you would work for him for a while for some sort of task.
We did, yes.
We did.
He seeks among his advisors to find a task that will make certain that you will not return.
Neat.
I understand.
Philifric, would you see Lord Montcoff dethroned?
It is not a matter of him being dethroned, sir.
Gone. Dead. Killed. Would you like him dead?
Yambo.
Yes.
The concern here, my lord Moonbrook, is that the wizards have a hold on this place.
They're nice.
And on Lord Montcoff.
Okay.
I can't help but feel you're taking a massive risk. What if we were to go and approach Lord Montcoff and tell him what you've told us?
I bid that you do not do so, sir.
That's harsh.
Oh look, I'm just trying to understand
He's
all
not bad.
aspects of this. You can understand we're being a bit hesitant to take your word for this.
Tunafric, are there any in town that we might seek favor with?
You are here looking for Skagen blood, I know. It is
How do you
clear.
know that?
Why else would you be here?
That's a good point.
Then what can you tell us about Skagen blood?
It is an evil blight upon our land. It comes from this monster on our shores.
Okay.
And that's why they mine it?
And they must enforce a silence upon the people here. They do so with fear and sometimes even magic.
Has anybody tried to destroy the squid?
Some years ago, we took some ships and tried to drag it offshore, but it caused only damage to the monster. It tore it in half.
Well, you see, what we've realized in our investigations is that the Skagen blood is mildly flammable.
Yes, we are aware of that.
And nobody's tried to...
It is only flammable after it has been properly cured and dried.
I see.
Okay. Well, Telephric, thank you for the warning. We'll discuss how we're going to proceed separately, as we don't want to endanger you further.
You seem to have picked up on...
Yes, if you need me, speak to Dolores. She is Maria's old maid here, and she still works for me. She will be about. You'll find her in the corridors.
Who's Maria?
Oh, Maria, the Lord's brother's wife. She no longer lives with us here.
I see. The Lord's brother's wife would be Idrin.
The Lord's brother would be Edrin. The Lord's brother's wife would be Maria.
Right, so yeah. Sorry, yep.
Okay.
And Dolores is the servant.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you risking it all, it seems, to talk to us.
Yes.
Sounds like...
I ask how you know our ulterior motives here. Not that we have ulterior motives, we're simple pilgrims of Moradin.
who
course
seem
you
to be
are.
interested in Skype. But
Of course you are, my lord. Of course you are.
In fact,
And-
we should give you a trinket before you leave to say that we've tried to spread the word.
Mm.
You have fooled my lord, but you did not fool me.
Very
Take a
astute.
trinket anyway. Take a
Yeah,
trinket.
take your
Hang on.
trinket.
Give him a trinket.
This is for your own safety.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you. I will
Would
take your
you-
trinket.
would you?
Praise Moradin.
Well, yes. Also praise Moradin. Do you think that if the squid was no longer here, the Barrackile would no longer be here? Is this the only thing that the Barrackile wizards are here for?
I should say that is true, but they will defend it to the last.
Mm.
You must understand that their enterprise here is far deeper than it looks. When I say deeper, I mean not in the physical sense, but in the magical sense. There are mines in this town that have been locked up and controlled by these wizards.
Mm.
Mm.
And now.
Not just in this town either. Across the world now, I would suspect.
So there's more than just a squid here. There are mines that they've locked up and are using.
No, mines. I think
Oh,
is what he
mines.
said.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, my bad.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot to think about.
You'll forgive me that I must go. If you need to
Yes.
send me a message, come to me through Dolores.
Very
night.
good.
Good night. I shall.
Thank you for your information.
Very well. And he leaves. He scuffles off down the corridor.
I think that man has his wires crossed.
Yes, Gimbo. He was completely insane.
His rope crossed. His not, yes, rope crossed. Okay.
All right. What do we want to do when we get this mission? We play it cool?
Yeah,
Yes.
I say play it
I want
cool
to
and
hear-
then
yep.
do all the stuff that we want to do instead.
If the mission sends us away, then we can sneak away and then we can sneak back.
I'm
And
actually
if they-
intrigued to what this guy thinks that we can't do as well. I almost feel like it's a challenge.
He's underestimated us.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that the nature of the mission will be, will put us in a position that the Barrackile can ensnare us and take us in. I don't think it'll be something that he thinks we can't accomplish. I think it's
They'll
just
fake
he
a
wants us to
trap.
go to a certain place and then they'll get us. Yeah, that's what I think it'll be.
Mm.
Be the thing. So I think we just don't do it. The mission,
Yeah, I want to hit.
and then
wanna hear
and
the
then
mission.
we just I want to hear it.
Although-
Honest.
If we did do it, the egg on his face when we come back.
True. I mean, it would do wonders for our reputation, I suppose. But,
I'm intrigued now.
yeah, let's have a bath and drink hearty and eat hearty, and then see what this Edwin was it Edward
Edgar.
Edgar.
Edgar Bernard Krinlich Monkoff.
Krinelovich
Crinny.
I have
Vichevich.
actually led you guys astray.
Ah.
And that is that I've given you the wrong NPC name for this character.
Shield guy?
For
What
the
cup?
for the Lord of Vanderhold.
Okay, what's his
Ah.
name? Lord, I'm going to copy it for you because it's actually
Yeah.
I didn't
Not
make these
Edgar
names up.
Bernard Krilinich Monkoff.
No, it is in fact this guy.
Wojcik.
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 I like our name.
Oh, Festinia. Did we hear Festinia again?
What? Say that again, Tricky.
Festenia.
Festinia. We heard this somewhere, didn't we?
And instead of saying that his brother's name was Edrin, it is in fact his brother-in-law.
So this
Okay.
is Maria's.
So then
Right.
Dolores is his sister, or
No, Maria is his sister. Dolores is her
Right.
maid.
right? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That last name is pretty unfortunate if you say it.
Maria is his sister.
So he's not a Monkoff.
Yeah. My apologies.
That's
I am
all right.
deciphering Max's notes.
Sorry, Lord Festinia.
I didn't write these notes. I didn't create these NPCs. So I'm just trying to decipher them and keep them straight. He's got a lot of notes.
Damn.
Okay. So there you go. This is the guy.
All right.
All right. Very good. So you're still in your room?
So the Lord is not a Montkoff.
No.
My apologies.
The Lord of Town is not a Montkoff. Edrin is a Montkoff. Yeah, gotcha. Cool. It's all good. All right. So Festenia is the name. Festenia is the ruling family, I suppose.
Right.
We should go tomorrow, have a meeting with the Barakar wizards. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a terrible idea, Gimble. Absolutely awful idea. Because they smell bad.
They're obviously busy with their mining operation as well, Gimble. They probably don't have time for us to
We don't need to bother them. Yeah.
Should we send a letter to the Lord of the Barakar Lord of
Yeah.
Van Gate and tell him that these people are
and
making
plus,
drugs?
these the ones in Bangate, the Barakar wizards in Bangate are probably different. They're like the ruling important Barakar wizards, people that would be interested in someone like you, Gimble. But
Right.
these people down here would be more like working Barakar wizards,
Right.
the serfs, if you like, not really worth our time.
They probably need to die.
One thing at a time.
I mean, that's okay. It's okay to kill. I mean, if they're bad, then that's fine. They can die, and then
right.
we've cleaned up your city for you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cut out the rot. So
Yeah,
to speak.
exactly.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it. We're like
Yeah.
auditing.
Yeah, I think that you're on the right track there, Gimble. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Good. Let's do that. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, then I guess wait till dinner.
Well, no, we're going to a feast, aren't we?
Yeah, wait till dinner. Feast dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Feast dinner.
Feast dinner.
Feast dinner with ale. I'm just going to quickly use the bathroom.
You go do that.
I'm gonna
How do we
take.
blow up a giant squid?
We need to.
If we dried it out, would it then become explosive?
No, we can't dry out something that big.
Yeah, we'll just thaw the ice as well to dry it out.
Are
don't
they
we?
distilling the blood here? If they do, then we would have an explosive supply.
You think it's Skagen blood? Do you
But-
think it's actually the? I thought it was just a name. I didn't think it was
What's a
the actual blood of it.
Is Kagan squid?
Oh no, I didn't think of that. What if the squid's name was Skagen blood?
Yeah.
No, Skagen would be the local name for it, right? Like
it's
their
blood.
term for it.
It's blood.
Blood,
It
yeah.
might be something different. Could mean squid jelly.
Squid jelly.
Mm.
Spread it on stale toast.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's how we did it at the orphanage.
All right.
Roll it into the sea. Tidal wave. We make a tidal wave, and then that would.
We would need a lot of
Wash.
boats to be able to do it, and it didn't seem like it worked too well the first time. We could.
Toboggans. Ice, like slide it. No.
No. We could.
Oh, could we make the body age and rot quicker? Then it wouldn't be useful anymore.
In 50 years, and I think
could-
the
Is there a
ice is.
spell, Hank? Some kind of like.
No, but we could
Hello.
warm the area up, I suppose. I could melt. I mean, it would take ages. It's like 3
Global
miles
warming,
long.
yeah.
I don't think if we were to do that, we'd have to distract all the wizards in the area and all the workers away from it. I just don't think that's feasible. Yeah, nah, I don't think so, man.
Okay. Well, let's investigate further. Anyway. Maybe we'll come to something.
See what else I've got here.
Birds. Get birds to come and eat the squid. Like they eat fish.
There's some way we
Lot- a
can make it
lot of
unusable.
birds, a giant bird. Come and eat the squid or take the squid away. Dragons. Do dragons eat squid?
Even a dragon isn't big enough to eat this.
You
thing.
know what? I did have that brief thought that it would be interesting if we were to enlist the help of some massive beast to come and
The dragon of
eat it,
Moradin.
or or destroy it, or something like that.
Okay.
But
Right.
I don't think we have anything on hand like that.
Check the bag of holding. Dragon.
It's just a dragon chilling in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
I dare you.
No.
I dare you to say dragon into the bag of holding, Gamble, and see
No.
what
That
happens.
seems something Gimbal will do.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Are you sure? It sounds like a
I-
Gamble check to me.
I jumped
It's not,
in.
it's not a bag of
I don't like the
infinite
bag.
things. There's not going to be a
Yeah,
dragon.
I know. Of course not.
Stop,
Well,
stop
you
don't
putting
know till you
ideas in the
try.
void.
You don't know.
Say it 3
You don't
times.
know. Yeah,
Dragon,
the
dragon, dragon.
daughters of Twilight.
Candyman. It's actually 5 times. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Candyman. That seems excessive. Yeah.
Beetlejuice 3 times.
Beetlejuice.
And Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. No,
Big,
come on.
yeah, Biggie Smalls. Yeah, that's right.
All right, people.
Right, we're good.
Yep.
Dinner.
That was all in game, but no, I'm just kidding.
All right.
do it.
So the evening rolls around, and you notice actually this far north that the second sun, actually I lie. Yeah, the second sun is more of the becomes more primary, and the primary sun is seen less up here.
Huh. So that would be the light quality would be different as well, because
Are they the same color?
No,
No.
the sun? So
No,
what
they're
color
not.
does this one shed? What
it's more mauve.
hue? Everything's all
The-
purpley.
The main sun, Solum Pingal, is more orangey red like our sun in real life. But when that's below the horizon and or even close to the horizon, or sometimes it will pass behind one of the moons, creating all sorts of funky effects, and leaving the primary lighting business to Ida Solum, which is the mauve sun.
Mm.
Hmm.
Now, if I remember rightly, that confers certain benefits and deficits,
Yep.
depending on where it is, right?
Yep. In fact, why don't you make an occult check for me, please, Hank?
Would that be an arcana or a religion?
Yeah, Arcana, please.
Okay, all right. Cool.
That's what I meant to say.
So it's kind of both, right? You know.
Yeah. Occult meaning hidden.
Oh, natural 20
Oh,
for a total of. Hang on. What's my arcana? That's old faithful dice for you. Arcana. So 25 in total.
25 in total. All right, Hank, what you know for sure is that you've seen maps of the world. Balaran has shown you maps of the world. You may even have a copy of a map of the world. And many of those maps of the world have this long, stretched, vesica-shaped diagram on it that shows you the paths that the suns take.
I'm looking at it now, actually. yeah.
Right. And you'll see that there's a line crossing from the bottom left, sort of on an angle upwards towards the right. One line goes this way, and then there's the Parkard Rift that crosses it, causing this cross shape.
It's got shape, yeah.
So the Parkard Rift, from what you've learned, oftentimes it has an attachment to the Shadowfell and to death.
Yeah.
And the other line coming the other direction, which is the paths of the moons and suns, cause Feywild crossings. What you are sure of is that you are well outside of either of those zones, and that there are very few magical effects out this far. In fact, magic itself may even be a little dimmer.
Okay. So
It's
they're they're stronger when they're affected by either Parkard or the Feywild crossings,
right.
and even more so, maybe even more amplified where they cross at the Parkard Rift. And
Absolutely.
right. Okay. Cool.
Very
So-
unstable would be the answer to that.
Right.
So-
Unstable lines. Most unstable at crossing.
Whereas where you are presently is some of the most stable part of the world. It's
Right, gotcha.
magically speaking. You don't expect fluctuations.
Stable but weak. You say.
Yeah,
Right.
and the sun, the primary sun will dip below the horizon for like 6 months of the year here.
Right. Okay. Right, gotcha. And so those Feywild crossings, those lines, are they the lines that I'm looking at on the map?
Yeah.
To start a game, the lines that I'm looking at on the map, are they is that the path of one of the suns
There's
of
the,
Ida Solemn, or is that just the point? It's like the zone of influence.
It's the zone of influence that these
Right,
two
okay.
things have, and it's in that zone of influence that those effects are most likely to occur.
Right, not the path, but the zone of influence.
And they do kind of the paths of the two suns do obviously affect that zone of influence. So there probably is some shape to that, but I'm not a mathematician or a planetary scientist, and I'm not going to even try and figure that shit out.
Right.
To be honest with
Sure.
you. So all I can say is there's an influence, and that's the zone of influence.
Gotcha.
And we can use dice to affect or choose like specific influences. I made some rules for how the magic in Sidariel would possibly work. Did we talk about this at any time?
A long time ago.
A long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, basically, you said if we were to invoke those rules, Pandora's box would be open for that session or for that day.
Right.
That we wanted to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
If it screws up the Barakar wizards, then I'm all for it.
I actually need to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a sec.
I'm going to take advantage too.
Same.
Make some coffee.
I might just prepare my potatoes.
Sounds lovely.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah. So I've oh, what was I going to say? There was something earlier that we touched on earlier this session.
Mhm.
I've been going through all of our old sessions,
Yeah.
and I've just gotten up to what's the most recent one I listened to? There was something really funny about it. I'm trying to remember what it was.
One of our sessions you were watching.
One of our sessions, yeah. It was episode. It was just we're just up to where we got to Balkanard. We've just come back with the ogres. We've just come back from killing the ogres.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was the peas.
Peas?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
magic
the peas. No, not magic peas. It was Josiah feeding feeding old Electos, and then we went back, and Electos himself mentions the peas, and it was Russell with Electos's voice going, getting some of those peas. Like this, it was absolutely disgusting.
I wish. Can you? I don't
So
suppose you can make
shitty.
a clip out of it or something. That would
I probably could. I'll see if I can organize it.
that'd be so cool if you can
do a little
if you can clip anything like that. That's just great.
clip of peas.
I wanted to get a clip of. Damn it, Tricky Bob! You did that massively cool.
I listened to
whole
that again recently
spiel.
too.
Do you know which episode that was? Because I really
It was in
liked it.
Greymore. It was in Greymore, yeah, about the taxes in Greymore. It must have been like episode 4 or 5.
Right.
It was after, because Lyrian wasn't there anymore. Lyrian had gone. It was the one after Lyrian
One
had
after
gone.
she left. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Because
we
it's
were
a brilliant
discussing-
speech.
Yeah. I listened to the thing. Oh man, it's fantastic. It was I don't know, halfway through the episode or something. And if you look at the thumbnails of the show and just look for the one where Lyrian's not in it, it'll be in that episode.
Actually, I've been replacing the thumbnails.
I've noticed. Yeah.
So, don't go by the thumbnails anymore because you've got your own thumbnail now.
Okay,
He's picked a still of us all looking very conventionally attractive as well. It's a great pick as well.
Right. And I think this is the one where I'm holding up the hourglass.
Yes, I'll go ahead.
Oh, I've seen that one actually. I did see that one. The hourglass one anyway. Yeah. But I didn't. I thought that was just a still frame of the show like they always were, but obviously not. Okay, cool.
No. Yeah. If it's been repeated, but that particular image has been shrunk down into a bigger picture with the logo and Frostmoor crows and stuff and writing and stuff as well.
Got it.
Anyway, sorry. Let's get on track. I'll give you guys we'll put an extra 15-20 minutes in here. Make sure
I'm free all day, man.
Oh, I don't mind. It's up to you guys. Okay, so you go to the dinner. The festivities begin, and there's a very long table, and there's lots of nobles here. They're and as much as they're nobles, they are local nobles, so they're not actually all that flash. If you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
But there's certainly quite a few of them,
nobles.
and they're very interested in you. And they various members of the families come up and introduce themselves to you. And if you guys each make an insight check too, please.
Insight.
No good.
3
good
for me.
either. 9.
9.
13.
Yeah, 9 for me too.
9 for you. Okay.
I get 0 bonus.
Any natural ones?
Nope.
No. And anything over about 14?
23.
Damn it.
Oh, tricky.
Tricky Bob, 23. Tricky Bob, you notice that there are a number of members here who are wearing veils. Some of the women are wearing veils, and they appear to be widowed.
Hmm.
Hmm. Do they have to wear the veil forever if they're widowed, or is it just like a recent period?
Do you ask?
Yes. I come up to one and, excuse me, has your husband died recently?
She turns to you and says, "What a very forward question."
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have assumed. Did your husband or wife die recently?
She lowers her head and she says, "My husband has been gone for months now."
I see. So do you have to wear
Perhaps
this veil forever, or can you stop wearing it?
She turns to you and she lifts up the veil, and you see that her eyes are gone
Oh, right.
and they've just rotted out,
Oh, sick.
and there's goo on her face.
Right, so you're not wearing it because you're widow, you're wearing it because you eyes.
She turns back to you and she says, "I wear the veil, for my husband is dead. I wear the veil, for I grieve. I wear the veil because I have corrupted my flesh. I wear the veil, for all things good have fled me."
Have you heard about Moradin?
I do not know this name.
He's well, I'm a pilgrim, a prophet, so to say, of dwarven, but not exclusively dwarven god known as Moradin. I just think you're, in a place maybe where the faith would benefit you greatly.
How would such a faith benefit me? I have held faith before, and that faith has failed.
Who were you following before, if I may ask?
It does not matter. All faith fled when that star beast washed up on our shores 30, 40 years before.
Were you around when he was washed up?
Yes, I was a child.
Right. How did that happen, if I may ask?
One morning, we looked out across the sea, and this form came and washed against the land. It was just there.
And what did the people do?
We were greatly disturbed by it.
I see. What is it being used for now? Why can't you just, I don't know, break it off and throw it back into the sea? I mean, it's pretty big, but surely if you got enough of,
We did try that. That was our first reaction, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And we discovered the first ship sank. They tried to do that. There was a storm, and it sank our ships. And the Goliath told us that the gods here were angry, that we must not try again. We must live with this curse.
The Goliath were here, and they were pro squid.
I'm not sure if they were pro, but they were anti the destruction of it.
I see. But they're gone now, right? Mostly. I just see humans here.
There are Goliaths, and their tribes surround this place.
I see. I see. So if you try to dislodge it again, you think you'll get the wrath of the Goliath on you?
I'm not sure. Perhaps they've changed their ways now. It is hard to know why they should like to keep this star beast here. It defies all logic, it defies all history, it defies our religions. It has not been spoken of in any tales, and yet here it lies, floating in from the sea.
What were the immediate consequences when it washed up? I mean, besides, I imagine your eyes have been like that for a while?
Only for a few months.
Few months, I see. How did it happen?
I began to partake in the Skargan blood.
Ah, I heard rumors of such substance. Why do you take it? And why did you have to wait so long to take it?
It has been taken from me now. I am not at liberty to take more. It has been
I
taken
see.
from me. I have been sworn away from it. It was a resort to me, for I wished to speak with my husband. I wished to see beyond the veil.
Mm.
It was suggested to me that this was the way to do so. But the addiction took hold strongly, and as it has with many of our people, I have weaned myself away from it now. I must not return to it. Tell me, do you come from far away?
Yes, a land far south.
Would you take me there? I would consider conversion if you would take me from here.
I don't see why not. Is the rest of the party nearby?
I'm just chilling. This is way too grim for me.
No, I'm eating. I was eating a drink. No, yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on you, but I'm not partaking.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't roll high
I've
enough.
got some ale, but yeah, this is a major downer.
Well, I think she might balance out
it's
a
great.
group.
It's great stuff. It's great stuff.
Yeah, she might be that the low point for that our group needs. We kind of need to balance it out a bit. We're a bit all too high energy. We need somebody to bring us down.
It's Tricky's job to what's it called to
be a bummer.
what's that thing? What's that thing? No, to greet the grieving, disgusting,
Doing a great job.
eyeless masses.
So is anyone near me? Like, was Hank kind of
I'd
nearby
be
within earshot?
I'd be nearby.
Okay.
I'd be
Okay.
around.
I turn to Hank and I say, how do you feel if we take? So what's your name?
Her name is. One moment, please. That's the elevator music. She says, "I'm Lady Mayab."
Hank, do you think we should take Lady Meb with us down to Vanguard when we return? I think she could use it. Just upon our departure.
Yep. Sure, we could make arrangements there. We'll have to take on extra provisions. We'll have to take on, there are expenses that might need paying. What are we talking here, Lady Mayor? But are you?
No, just myself. Just myself. I will not be of any trouble to you. I do not need much.
Your person is welcome, of course. It's more your burden I'm worried about.
You understand that I live here in disgrace.
I see. Well,
just change of scenery would be best.
I think we can work something out. We can work something out for you, Lady Mayor. What do you do here?
My family has been bankrupted. I have nothing now. Only the shell of a house.
If you don't mind me asking, Lady Mayor, how do you survive?
I have a small pittance given to me by the Lord.
Oh, that's quite nice.
And what can you do, Lady Mayor? Do you have any skills?
My value is only in my skills, not in my life.
Mm-hmm. What are your skills?
I have no strong skills, sir. I perhaps can weave, perhaps can fish, but I am not in any place to do so. I cannot see. I am frail. I have no skills. I am but a burden. Forgive me. I take it all back.
I see.
No, surely there's something you could do for the temple.
Look, I think we can probably find some. Yeah, we don't turn anyone away, but I'm just trying to place you is all I'm doing, Lady Mayor. Just trying to, place you. Figure something out. Don't worry. We'll come to something. We'll find something for you.
You must not, please, my lord, keep this quiet. I do not wish to be
Oh, I see.
directed attention towards. I would like to leave
All right.
quietly when you leave with you. Just
Well,
take me
tricky.
and go.
You know, it's
Yeah.
Let's you know, we'll figure something out. Tricky and I will figure something out for you. And
We'll
where
be
do we
here
find you? Yeah.
Where to find me, and she tells you the name, the number, where to find her. She tells you where her house is. It's on the edge of the town,
Right.
on the west gate. You know, next to the broken tannery.
Broken tannery.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we've got a few tasks to complete in this area, but once we're ready for our departure back to back south, we'll take you with us.
Very well. I should like that. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep.
I think it's for the best. I think it's a great look. We're helping the locals. And we
Yeah,
can
and,
take more of them.
We
I
weren't
was
locals anymore.
eavesdropping on that conversation, guys, and that was really depressing. Especially when Hank was like trying to ask her what she can do on our behalf. Jeez, Hank, read the room. She's got no eyes, man.
Maybe she's like,
I'm just trying to make her feel useful, you know.
And she's like, I could be your proofreader.
you don't need eyes to weave. Probably got
That's
like,
true.
good enough,
You can-
muscle memory. She can just weave blind.
You can make like 3 jerseys and stuff. You know?
Right. The Frostmoor Crows
Can I use-
Jerseys with
I
strange
think
Nice.
holes.
we need to. Well, I mean, can we figure out where they're getting the Skagen blood from, or do we need to know by this point?
Well, it's the
But
squid.
we
obviously.
already know, right? We know where they're getting the Skagen blood from. I think.
Aren't we having dinner right now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
we're
having dinner.
still-
Let's not
still
talk about
talking
Skagen.
All right.
Very subtle.
We're not.
Oh, yeah, I've
not
got a brush
in
by. I was
private.
like, you guys aren't being very subtle. And then walking.
All right. And where's
Yeah, we've been told by Gimbal that we're
Mhm,
not being subtle.
mhm.
So let's just
I
keep
say,
that in
hello,
mind.
Lord. And
Where's,
start
Whatjack?
talking to Richie's.
Right. So he's sitting at the head of the table, and he stands and he says, I should like to introduce you all to our friends from the south, a contingent of clerics from Moradin. They've come to convert us, to make an offering of service and pilgrimage. If you wish to speak with them, I suggest that you do. As of tomorrow, they have requested a mission from me, and I have, with the help of my advisors, come up with a suitable obstacle.
Does he look at his survivors, advisors? Are they there?
Survivors.
Survivors.
Surviving advisors.
Yeah.
Survive. Yeah, they are there.
Advisors.
Mm.
Okay, then. What do they look like?
What do they look like? They look like townsfolk, basically. Gimbal, do you want to make a investigation check?
Sure.
Hank, you can make a perception check because you're not actively investigating that what he is.
13.
Oh, another natural 20. 23.
Oh, Hankos.
perception.
Okay, so unfortunately, Gimbal, what did you roll say?
13 again.
13. Okay. Yeah, I mean they look like a cross section of people from the town.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they're not like
It's a good mix.
nobody's wearing any specifically weird ass uniforms or anything like that. You're not spying any Shadow Kai hidden amongst them or anything. You know, they seem like
Alright then.
fairly decent folk. All humans. Hank, on the other hand, you see a Barakyle Envoy signet ring on the hand of one of the advisors.
Mm.
All right, cool. Okay, so in the old pocket, as they say.
In the old pocket, as they say. Yep.
All right, cool. I might just quietly share that with Gimbal. With Tricky.
Yeah.
Hey, Tricky. One of those fellas up there, one of his so-called advisors, is a member of the Barakyle Envoy.
Makes sense.
So it looks like what old Finicadius, what's his name, was saying is accurate.
Enya. Wait, no, the other guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the
Old man.
paranoid fella. Yeah, the old man.
He is here too, incidentally.
Right.
Yeah, he is also
It's the family physician.
Nervously eating a sandwich.
Yes, essentially. Might not be a sandwich, but definitely, yes. Picking at the food on his plate nervously, it does describe him fairly well. And the Lord says, so I suppose you would like to know now what your mission shall be then.
Yes, please.
We wait with
Please.
bated breath.
We should like you to take these several sacred stones of the Morden Salmon, which we have obtained. And you'll take them on your boat. The Little Empress, I am told, is the name of your ship. And there is an island to the north called Blahai.
This seems very simple.
It
If,
is Blue Shark Island.
What would you do with
There
the
you'll
stones?
take these
there?
stones and you will make an altar there.
An altar
These
for
stones have been
the-
given to us by the Goliath. They're not. They are actually sacred to them among the giant gods. But I am led to believe that you of the Banakaya, and he turns to you, Tricky Bob, have a sacred connection to these giant gods too. That Moradin, your god, is connected with the giants. Is that not true?
Why, of course, yes. The pantheons are all
You're,
quite linked.
Very silent or quiet, or maybe it's my
Hello?
headphones.
hello,
I heard
hello.
him.
It's my headphones. Sorry. Keep talking. It's got one of those plugs, and if you turn the plug, it just
it goes weird.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd say like, most pantheons are actually kind of intertwined. You'd find if you kind of study theology in a bit more detail.
yes.
Yes.
Do you accept the mission?
Of course.
It seems rather simple, if you don't mind us saying. Are you sure this utilizes our many talents?
Well, it is something that we have, shall we say, I suppose, designed for you. You asked for an obstacle and a mission, and if you succeed at this, it will have proven that you are not only excellent navigators, that you are excellent clerics, and that you have the faith and, shall we say, that Moradin would be smiling upon you. When you return from this mission, we shall be certain of these things.
Do you believe there may be some obstacles in our way of achieving this goal?
Of course. We cannot tell you everything, otherwise there would be no obstacle.
Of course.
So you have engineered the obstacles for us. I see.
I cannot say that I have engineered them so much as that I am aware of them.
Oh, I see. Forgive my impertinence.
Oh, my lord, we are always up for a challenge, and Moradin will see us through. When does this task need to be done by?
I think that it is your decision, but I think if you want to get your pilgrimage moved forward, then you should begin at once, perhaps upon the morrow.
Sounds good to me.
How big are these stones?
Oh, not so terribly big that you cannot move them or carry them.
I thought perhaps that may be the obstacle.
Yeah.
No, they will certainly fit on your boat. I will have them brought to your boat, in fact, to help you get you down.
And how far is
the carriage of the stones is not the obstacle.
Are we asking all these questions to him during like the toast with everyone around?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of nobles sitting around listening to this and smiling and nodding, and some confused looks amongst them as well.
It's like this is an unconventional dinner.
If you each make a perception check, that would be interesting.
Okay.
I'd like to look around the room for a Goliath.
A
21.
I'd
Goliath.
like to actually
Perception.
discuss these. Are there any in the room?
There are no Goliath in the room.
22.
Okay.
There are also
Right.
there are no people from the village in the room either. At this point, so 22, you will have all noticed a couple of things. The first thing is that the ethnicity between the lords and leaders of this place and the people who live here, the peasants, is very different. They're not the same ethnicity. One group of people has clearly come here, invaded, taken over, and has not enslaved, but they've become the oligarchs, if you like.
Mm.
I hate the fact that the news has turned that word into a new thing. So but anyway, it's one of my favorite words normally.
Well, we knew what that meant before this whole shebang was going down anyway. So
exactly. So, yeah.
Oh, good.
What else was I was going to say? You learned a couple of things. Oh, and the other thing is that your dear friend, the advisor that came to your door the night before, whose name is not directly in front of me, but I can pull out unless you've got it there.
Yeah.
it's with an F, I think.
Philric.
It
There's
was
an F in it.
Yeah.
Tulifric.
Fennec.
Tulifric.
No, Philric.
okay.
Or
Tulfric.
it was either Tuleric or
Tunefric.
Tunefric.
Oh,
Her Tunefric. Did I spell it out for you?
We got it.
You got it.
well, roughly.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it back in here. So, whoop.
Close. Very close.
Oh, missing an N.
Yep.
Uh, not that close. Pretty close.
Right. Yeah. So he seems to be sitting there picking at his food, and the more you talk, he seems more and more nervous. This mission, he literally stopped eating now.
Yeah. Figures. Okay. Okay. Well,
Oh,
who would you, Hank?
Hank.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
Hank
I'll just get
Ross.
up and give a toast and say, well, to all our good fortune, we accept the task under the good grace of your Lord and the blessings of Moradin. So let's eat, drink, and be merry.
Very good. And thus you do. And Gimble, for your speech, I give you inspiration.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm back.
Hank gets inspiration for turning up.
Yay.
You've got a different background now.
I use
Oh
Cookie
no,
Draw.
I moved my laptop to see if that would change
Better
my connection,
Wi-Fi
and
or
it did.
something. It did.
I'm so frustrated by this bullshit.
Do you have are you plugged in on a cable?
No, I'm piggybacking off the main house Wi-Fi, but we used to have so running through extenders. But we used to have a really good Google one, which I could then run an extender from as well, and that worked really well. And then for some reason one day it stopped, and I don't think they plugged the good Google one back in.
Right.
So I'm just running off their normal router Wi-Fi, which is shit.
Well, you're getting it's fast enough to get video at least, so it's working, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's not dial up. Okay, so everyone's kind of looking at you guys, paying attention to you guys. Your friend Her Tunefric has stopped eating,
I'll start.
listening to this. Yep.
Well,
Gimble.
after the little speech, I want to go sit down and just start talking to some of the weird nobles.
All right. Okay. Do you want to make it basically you're just sort of investigating? Is that what you're doing?
No, because my investigation is terrible. Just light chat.
Bastard.
I want to discuss current events with them.
Uh-huh.
How long they've been here, what they do, why they're here.
They've been here for generations.
Mm-hmm.
They have been here since basically. Okay, so what you learn, short story of what you learn, is that this particular couple of families who are the nobles here, they've been here for several generations, probably 200 or 300 years. In that time, they've been fighting amongst themselves. The different families have been fighting over the land itself. The local peoples originally put up some resistance, but that's since been squashed. They are completely and thoroughly not subservient. What's the word?
Conquered.
Conquered is good enough a word. Yep. But then so now so since then there was just the various families, the noble families fighting amongst themselves. That came to a head because the Moldrayan protectorate was expanding, and they decided they wanted the Northern Sky Reaches to be part of the protectorate because they had so many humans and so forth. And in the end, the Vane Gate sent various armies in this direction and fleets in this direction. The first two were destroyed and sunk, and then finally the Barakyle envoy said, "How about we go and help you?" And there was this massive battle many years ago, which was called the Crucible of Fire. And the Crucible of Fire, you learn that during the Crucible of Fire, the flames in the sky was red for miles beyond the valley that it actually occurred in. And apparently, the turning point of the Crucible of Fire was when the Barakyle envoy turned up to help fight with the current Lord's father. They brought with them a number of wizards, but they were the head wizard came on a palanquin and was carried here. And he was the one, it is said that it was his magic that destroyed the field. And that he was responsible for the Crucible of Fire. And
Who were they fighting?
they were fighting other Montcoffs.
I see. Okay.
It was the Frestanias versus the Montcoffs.
Right. Okay.
Oh, right.
Even though they're all kind of interrelated.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, the current Lord's sister was married to a Edrin Montcoff, and they made friends. The two families made friends. Edrin and Maria were then sent off to a small fucking place called the Stretch, which is a much smaller and more remote setting. There's a small castle there where apparently they lived. So they were sent off, but that arranged marriage is what held the whole thing together. And so between that and the assistance of the Barakyle envoy, who helped create the peace in the first place by killing everyone. Yeah, you getting the picture?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And the only reason the wizards would have done this would have been to get their hands on the squid.
That seems reasonable.
Nothing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
so
they've only been here for the
frozen
last year.
islands, right?
Sorry, what's that? Frozen Islands?
Barakyle Island.
The Crucible of Fire.
Crucible of Fire, yeah.
Would have happened how long ago?
Oh, 30 years ago?
Oh, there you go. That's how long they've had a vested interest in this place, Hank.
I guess so. But why then have they only really ramped up their efforts in the last year
I'd have only just
in
discovered
terms
it.
of the squid?
Hey, wait, we're at dinner.
The squid's been here for 50 years.
We're whispering over dinner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it took
The
them a while
timeline
to
doesn't
figure
add
out. Well, as I'm saying, just because the squid's been here didn't mean they knew what they could do with it, right? So they could have found the magical properties of ingesting the squid. Could have taken them a long time. Could have taken them a long time to even set up the infrastructure to mine it. They know what they found when they started digging into it.
I guess so.
I'll turn to the law that's divulging all this information. And so about the squid, has anyone ever checked what's in the squid's belly? Some kind of treasure.
Ah, Lord,
like a ship.
the squid's belly has been detached from the squid. There was a time when we tried to drag this monster, this kraken, we call it the kraken, back to the sea. Unfortunately for all of our ships, we merely tore the beast in half, and it sank half of our fleet.
All right, and you sought not to try it again?
We did not have the ships.
Got halfway there.
We did not have the ships, and furthermore, the wreckages of the old ships somewhat in the way.
Right. Quite a pickle.
Pickle.
Pickle. Squid
He picks
pickle.
up a pickle and has a pickle.
Yeah, thank you. I love pickles.
All right.
Interesting. Okay. And this squid belly that got ripped off is just did it float away? Did it get dissolved into the sea, or is it still out there as well?
Sorry, out of game. What?
The squid belly that got ripped off.
Oh, we cannot say, Lord. Assume it sank. Assume it's rotted away. Assume it's been devoured. Who knows?
Very good.
Do you have the capacity to swim deep beneath the waves, sir?
It's been something I've been working towards.
I see.
We'll see. We'll see.
You have a lot of magic between you, they say.
Somewhat. I think at least
But-
yes, no, at least three of us are
Clerical magic?
capable of feats of astoundingness.
Do
Astounding
you
religion.
have clerical powers? The gods have granted you such? Yes.
Yes.
Does Moradin give you power, Lord?
Of course. So much power, rife with it.
Some of them are quite interested in this, and they sort of come forward. And we have not had a true cleric here for some time. Not one of great faith, not one with the power to heal.
Well,
There are many sick here.
yeah,
And there's mumbling, and the word Skagenblood comes up amongst the mumbles.
but we've been given a greater task, I'm afraid. We must go deliver these rocks to a shrine. And we don't have time to help you, your people. This is not deemed, your lord has not deemed this a great task.
Hold, says the Lord. If you are
Curses.
prepared to heal members of our society, is that true? Do you have these powers?
We've never encountered a blight such as this. No face situation that you seem to be having. We have it. Tricky Bob.
Mhm.
Do you
Oh,
think this is?
Where am I?
Oh, but we've heard of this blight that has traveled across the world, across nations now.
But
Well,
we've not tried to heal it.
We can't
Um,
restore sight, but we can probably
well-
stop the oozing, I guess.
One of the
Restoration.
advisors stands up, and Hank will know that it's the mage, but I don't know if Hank can
Mhm.
hear me or not. He may or may not have headphones on and access to the sound. But in any case, one of the advisors stands up and he says, "We'll have no more speaking of this Kraken. It is forbidden to speak of. It'll bring
Didn't-
upon you a curse."
Well, good sir, we didn't say the word kraken. Aha! Right, we are.
Points at you. He says, "You will find yourself under the aegis of a great curse if you do not desist.
Will our eyes melt out of our faces?
Perhaps, or worse."
Very well. No more talking of your
The Lord says,
People.
"Yes, it is
people
true.
suffering.
Speaking of the situation here does indeed bring about pain, discomfort, and curses. I've seen it myself. My own line has suffered its curse. I cannot allow you to extend such a curse upon yourselves. It would not be fair to you. We have seen it, and you have not."
Thank you. All right. Well then, yes. Never mind. So to answer all of your questions, no,
No what?
no, we're not helping you cure your illnesses.
No, not that we are not, is that we are not currently.
We're not talking about it.
We're not able to right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Back to the
good
matter
is
at
a
hand.
cleric then? What good is it to have a cleric in this town?
Well,
Why
the
are we
problem.
gi-
The problem would be if, say, we do cure you of your or restore your sight. What's to stop you from simply going and doing it to yourself again?
There's
It is,
much-
it's true. It's an affliction of the mind as well.
Have
as
you
the
learnt your
soul.
lessons?
One of the lady that you were talking to before, Maria, she takes Tricky Bob's hand and she says, "I would have you restore my sight. I would not go back, I promise."
Out of game, like, do we know the less restoration will actually cure, or do we determine that was only higher restoration that can
I think it
actually
was
Yeah.
greater.
I'm
Greater
sure it was greater,
restoration.
yeah.
only greater?
Lesser
We have
that.
restoration, I would say, would halt the progression of the disease for a while.
But
But
only
not-
if they don't,
Yeah.
haven't lost their eyes yet.
Yep.
Lady Mib, you see, part of this pilgrimage that I'm on is to advance myself further, so I am at the point where I'll be able to cure you. Unfortunately, right now, powers are still in hibernation.
I see. Then you must work further to purify yourself too.
Mm.
Then I hope you have great success with your mission upon the morrow.
Yes, and when I'm able to harness this power, I will seek you out and cure your your
Thank
thing.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. She leans into you, Tricky Bob, and she says, "The Lord wishes to see you all dead. Be careful."
I see.
Quiet.
Thank you.
Quiet now.
I turn around and walk away.
All right. You go back to your seat at the table.
Mhm.
Okay. Anybody else want to have a conversation with anyone at the table or during this dinner before I wrap it?
No, I think now's a good point. Like, I mean, so it's just gotten really awkward because of the whole them wanting us to cure them. So I think now's a good time to be like, well, I'm gonna.
Hank's still pretty bummed about that old lady.
Food.
Aw.
There's lots of food that is brought out, and it's extremely. You're kind of shocked
Fishy.
by the amount of food, the amount of fish, but also there's other things. There's a live squid, which they dissect in front of you. There's all kinds of gooey, gross food that you're kind of shocked at. They eat really specific stuff here, and they've got their own delicacies, which consist of various types of fish and various states of decay.
Eating goblin food. This is fine.
That's true. You have
Take
eaten
it.
goblin food.
Take
This
it.
is fucking great compared to goblin food.
Got that.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Iron stomachs.
Iron stomachs. That should be the name of your group. The Iron Stomachs.
Iron Toms.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So eventually then, after all of the feasting and things subside, you are allowed to go back to your rooms.
I think you should draw.
Should we do like a toast before we leave and really twist the knife in on this thing?
Yeah. What do you have in mind?
Ting, ting, ting,
no.
ting, ting.
I go. And take the swing.
By the way, I really liked your idea of little horns for the for the drink.
Before our party retires for the night, starting our mission in the morning, we would just like to give a generous toast to our Lord and host. God, what's his name? Where's his group?
You can just call him Lord
Festenia.
Lord Festenia. There we go. Such a ruler of his people, truly a merciful and humble and gracious host. To you and your health, Lord Festenia.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
And there is a cheer goes up around the room, and it's there is a strange lack of cheer to the cheers, if that makes sense. And with that, then I guess you return to your rooms. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, head back. Start talking. Tricky Bob, saw you were talking to one of them those people with the gross faces, the eyes.
Oh, Lady
Dragonics.
Mib. Yeah, she'll be joining us when we return back.
What? No.
Yeah, she's
Why?
I knew that Gimbal was going to be against this.
Hang on. Okay.
change of scenery for her.
She can't see a change of scenery. You could just tell her she's somewhere else she thinks she is.
She like
Could
listen
smell
more.
a change of scenery.
Yeah, she won't be able to smell the squid all the time. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also, her people hate her, so
that's okay.
yeah. I mean, look, we could just drop
I'd
her
hate
at
her.
Ankhorn or in Balkanard or something. She'd be
Well, you
better off in
shouldn't
both
say
of those places.
Anywhere. Like she didn't say she
Look.
wanted to go to Vanguard specifically, just out of here. We can we'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
She's a
Take us back to
clinger
the
on.
rest.
She won't ever go away.
Yeah, well,
Drop
You
her in the
don't
woods
know
or
her.
something.
yeah, she could do the filing at the Crow's Rest.
Yeah.
Nothing can ever be in order. She's blind.
I'll cure her eyes once I get better
Yep,
at curing.
fine. Whatever.
Sure, we can, but whatever.
Like she might be
Actually-
a valuable resource.
I don't
while
want to
we're
look
here
at
anyway.
her.
While you guys are chatting, just out of on a side note, can you just roll initiative for me?
Sure.
We'll be
Jeez.
fighting.
You're not fighting
Each
anybody
other.
right now.
Hopefully,
This is for future reference, just in case.
Oh, 6.
15.
I'm doing it now while you're out of combat and there's no sign of combat. so that-
24.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, I see.
23. Damn you, Josiah.
Hank,
Damn
you're
you.
23, were you, Hank? Okay.
Nice. I see what you're doing. That's
It's
clever.
a, it's a fucking burden always being first off the bat, I tell you.
Well, this is why I think that the higher
23,
you roll an
just so I
initiative,
just it's true.
the more choices you should have. You should go last if you get the highest initiative, so you get to
Yeah.
choose what you're doing. But anyway,
Yep.
this is D&D. We'll play
Why
nicely.
not? We can do that. Just say I hold back a little bit.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
fine. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
It's,
don't even
it's a
know what
burden I've
you're-
come to
You
live
can
with.
always
Rolling
choose
for.
to hold your actions.
Yes,
That's true.
that's true. Yeah.
That's true.
What if we just leave her here and then come back when we can cure her?
Mm.
Yeah. Then
Look,
she,
What's the
like,
harm?
she
What
could
would-
just keep. She
Guys,
could just keep
guys.
doing what she's doing.
I really feel like we're not discussing the most prudent issue here. Is that we're being set up.
Yeah, but like, what are we gonna do? We can either go and get set up, or we can not go and then get asked why we didn't go.
Hey, look, I've done
Oh.
a bit of thinking about this. Why don't we sit in the boat with the crew to the place to make it look like we're baggering off over there?
What if the
You want
And
to kill our
then-
crew
yeah? What if they kill?
No.
and our boat?
Well, we don't know that's what that's going to do. First of all, what I think we should do is get out to life to have a look at those stones, and also have a look at the stones myself.
Oh, yeah,
I,
we do have a
that's what-
Goliath.
no, I wanted to go tomorrow and talk to the Goliath elders about the rocks, the magic rocks.
Why do you want to go to the elders?
Well, because they're the ones that are most likely going to know what these things are, if they're anything. Our
That's going
our
to drag
boat
us away from
Goliaths
our
are-
mission, though.
Our
Gilbert.
boat Goliaths aren't going to know what they are.
Well, they
Don't know that.
might. You don't know that.
Well,
But
what
for
if
sure, the Goliaths here will know what they are. Like
what if
100%.
we
Goliaths, yeah.
use?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the stones are that important. I think this is just busy work to get us in a position where they can ambush us. So what if we allow ourselves to be ambushed, beat whoever's ambushing us, and then fake our own deaths?
What?
And it puts us in a position
A
to
setup.
pivot.
Well, yeah,
That's if we're being
Yeah.
ambushed.
I love it when
But-
players say fake their own deaths.
but
This is just to get us.
Oh, cutting out.
break it up.
Cutting out.
We don't, like,
there
alright.
in territory with they. Sorry.
Here's the thing with that though, is what if they have accurately measured or overestimated us and have set up some kind of thing that nobody could possibly survive?
Mm.
I
Mm.
really think
we
that
just
walking
die?
into their trap is silly. I don't think we should go and do what they say we should do, because they are extremely dangerous.
Mhm.
We had a lot of trouble with one, and they have the drop on us. You know,
Mm.
they have the lay of the land. They can set up whatever it is that they need to set up and get us in exactly the position that they want us to be in ahead
about
of
this?
time.
What if instead of going north, we sail east and we just go to an island in the east and we dump the rocks there, and then we come back and we say we think we did it?
Yeah, until we got lost.
I think we should just
Oh, Hank's cutting in and out.
Oh, I know what we could do. Let's go out tonight and investigate the squid.
Yeah, I would. I'm on board with doing some recon.
I'm
Sorry, Hank.
losing you
No,
guys. Hank?
no.
No, Hank. Sorry, Hank.
But
Maybe best to rejoin the group,
even-
Hank.
Oh.
Bit tragic because he's saying it sounds like
I
he's
know.
saying so much.
Saying
Yeah.
saying
So
something
he's gonna
very
have to say it
important.
all again.
Yeah, sorry, bro. It pains me. It
Mm.
pains me.
Uh,
Well, we'll say, Hank's been interrupted and has to go to the bathroom.
all right, good. So this
Maria's
is
cut out as well.
Oh,
Oh.
crap. Man, everyone's
Jeez.
just crapping out.
I say this
What's
is a
going
tricky
on?
situation. Do we?
How's mine?
We obviously can't
Well,
go into
well,
the trap. What if we just killed the Lord?
I think that may be a bit of a faux pas.
Kill the wizards. Kill someone.
So I'm on board with creating some chaos. I just don't know where we should aim it.
At the wizards. All right. Well-
Definitely, but we don't know how strong they are here either.
What we need some kind of way to get rid of the body. We can either try to incite the civilians into
Oh my god.
into
Dropping
fighting
out
off
like flies.
these people and destroying the squid somehow, or we go get some pirates. Go get some pirates and we shell. Do they have cannons?
No,
Russ? No cannons.
No.
No
Okay.
cannons.
We go get. Is there another group of wizards besides the Barakal Envoy?
Not that you know of. I mean, there are wizards. There are other wizards.
I
There are
wouldn't know. Yeah.
Well, actually, no. To
There's
be fair,
freelancers.
hold on. You're an elf. You're from Sidariel Tillaratheon. You know
Right.
that the high elves have fuckloads of wizards, or they used
Okay.
to. But King
But they won't want to
Evran-
get into. They won't want to get into a war with it.
correct.
Okay, hang on. All right.
And there are plenty of
We're
freelance wizards.
forgetting our context here. Is that we've got to find if the Daughters of Twilight are established in this area, and maybe there's a portal nearby. Maybe we can get reinforcements. Maybe they've got a vested interest in the squid as well. I'm sure they don't want the Barakyle Envoy having access to this thing, right?
How's you, Lou?
You good? You back?
I'm back.
Okay.
We
how's
missed- yeah, we
how's
missed a lot
Maria
of
doing? Is she coming? Is she doing all right?
Is she having issues as well?
Rejoining? She's trying.
Trying. Okay. Hank, you were saying something just before you cut out.
I was saying I'm not sure how much of my idea you actually got, but I'll say
Not
that
much.
right. I'll say that my idea is to just have the stones on board because, like Josiah, I don't think that the stones are dangerous. I think that it's just an excuse to get us away. But we can
my
look
God.
at them first. I'll have a look at them, and the Goliaths will have a look at them. Or the Goliath will have a look at them and ascertain whether or not they're dangerous. But if they're not, send the guys out on the boat, just get them to sail around for a bit. Yeah, they don't have to make port anywhere. And then while we go and check out the squidly thing. Also, I think the idea of us doing a recce tonight, like not resting, but actually going and doing this stuff tonight is important as well. I think we need to jump on this as soon as possible because
I agree.
obviously we've
We
been
are
rumbled.
resting.
They want us out of there.
Mhm. We should go check. Yeah, we should go out tonight towards the squid and see what we can do.
That's my 2 cents anyway. What did you guys come up with?
Murder
What murder of who?
anyone, either the Lord or the wizards.
It might be necessary at some point. What the
Mm.
fuck is that over there? Sorry, it's just a stranger in my neighbor's
That's
lawn.
just Tuna Frick. He likes hiding around corners and looking nervous.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
I don't know. This is hard. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Oh no, he's a worker. It's okay. Pardon me. Yeah, I think first things first. Let's have a look at those stones, and then let's go and do a recce, and then we can
Yeah, we
decide
can't
whether
just-
or not
We can't just openly attack them, can we?
No,
attack who.
definitely not.
The
No
wizards.
way, man. We'll get owned.
No, not just that. It would just look weird. It would look bad too.
It would look bad, and we'd probably die.
We might not
Barakal
die.
wizards.
There's probably not that many of them.
I beg to differ. I think that they've got a stronghold here, and they have for at least a year. I
Mm.
think that it's a very strong possibility that we could be facing a fairly large contingent of Barakal envoys. It seems
Yeah.
pretty important to them. Oh,
Okay. Up. Hang on.
hello.
Good evening. This is Dolores.
Oh. Hi,
Oh,
Dolores.
hello,
We've heard a lot
Dolores.
about you.
May I
Come on in.
Sure.
She comes in and closes the door. Is everything well here?
Yeah. Kind of.
Kind of. Do you have enough to drink?
Yes.
You have enough to eat?
Yes.
You have
Oh,
enough.
have more drink. Let's move back to get more drink.
Do you have enough firewood?
Yes.
She puts a
good.
note down on the table. Do you need anything else?
Let's get some more drink, eh?
Very
Excuse
well.
me, did
I
you
will
say your name was
bring-
Dolores?
Yes.
You are the
Hey.
maid
Yeah, this is the
for,
Dolores.
That is correct.
for
Maria.
Lady Maria?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lady Maria no longer resides with us here. She has traveled away.
Where is she gone?
I cannot say. I do not know.
I want to read the note.
The note says, "Leave this place. Do not come back."
I scrunch it up and throw it in the fire.
Hmm.
Sigh. Well, thank you. We'll take the drinks when you
Yes.
have a moment.
If you
On your
have-
way.
If you have any questions, I would hope to assist you.
Can you speak openly right now?
She looks around. I should say so.
Did you write this note?
She just shook her head. No,
Okay.
go away now.
Yeah.
Push
This entire town, I'm really done with it.
her out of the room and close the door.
Right, she backs out and you close the door and you hear her
You don't need to push her.
I
God,
push her.
scuffle off.
So rude.
Mhm.
All right.
I'm on
Okay.
edge now. Everyone keeps telling us to leave.
Somewhere in the
but
Right.
far distance you hear a horn.
it's like you can't help but think to yourself, are they all in on it? Are they actually just trying to get us to leave without there actually being a ever-present threat?
Why don't we just go and disguise ourselves as people who are completely opposite to what we are? Just like not disguise ourselves as town folk and just lay low, and then
Pretty
send the
small
boat
town.
away.
Surely they know
I
everyone,
have
right?
pointy ears.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah,
they do.
also I'm
know
a
everyone.
dwarf.
With the dwarf, they're all
Mhm.
humans and Goliath here. This is
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And a squid.
Okay. Well then.
Let's
Why
rest.
don't, why
Let's-
I'm at the point now where I just want to kick a door down and start cracking skulls.
I wanna go look at
Is
that.
anyone
Let's
else
go-
on board with us?
Let's go for a
No.
walk. Let's go see what that horn was. Josiah,
Yeah.
come on, let's go.
Okay.
Grab my
The-
gear.
So for your
Yeah, me too.
information,
I'm grabbing my gear as well.
the horn sounds like it was from a long way away. Not even in the town, like out of the town's vicinity.
All right,
Oh,
hang on. Let me open the door and call
Boundaries,
out,
boundaries.
Dolores, are you still there?
She comes running down the hallway. Lord,
What was that horn?
I do not know, my lord. It sounded to me like one of the tribe's horns.
Ah,
Oh,
who are the tribes?
Oh,
Goliath
Okay,
tribes.
thank
She
you.
says there are 4 Goliath tribes in these regions, my lord.
lovely. Thank you very much. You can go now. Guys, got an idea. Let's go.
Yeah,
Back to-
I
back
know
to
what
room,
your
back to the
idea
room.
is.
all right.
Close the
Right,
door. It's
back
like
to
the
the room,
Goliaths
close the
don't
door.
want. Yep, close the door. The Goliaths don't want the Skaga blood around, and we know where it is now. Let's get the tribes off here. They've got
Let's go to
think
the tribes.
they have
Let's
boats?
go and visit the Goliaths.
yeah Goliath war.
Well, I mean, let's just sail to the Goliaths and show them these stones first, and then yeah, maybe elicit their help.
Let's talk to the Goliaths on this island first, and then we'll go back to the other island and we'll talk to those Goliaths, and we'll get all of the Goliaths together. Big Goliath murder party. Yeah, they're big. They're strong.
Hmm.
I bet magic doesn't even affect them.
Maybe.
I mean, they could cause a pretty good distraction, if anything.
Yeah. But they're strong too. They could, and they probably have boats. We could pull away the squid. We get rid of the squid.
Right, are we sneaking out or are we just going?
I think we don't have to sneak. I think if we try and sneak, it'll be difficult. And yeah, we've got a boat. We just say, hey, we need to go back to the boat for something.
All right, let's just get out of
Let's
this.
just go.
I'm feeling very
Let's just go.
frustrated with these people. Let's just go
Let's
visit the
get out of
Goliath.
All right,
Yeah.
so you head down and out through the castle. Some of the guards, and you get to the gate, the guards stop you. Hold.
All right. Oh, hello.
Hmm.
We're going for a walk.
It is not permitted.
Why not?
You are after hours. There's curfew.
Damn it.
We're not made aware of curfew.
I
They,
need my toiletries that are left on the boat. Otherwise, I can't go to sleep.
Ah,
we shall escort you then.
very
Well,
good.
all right then.
They escort you
I'm
down.
I'm
through the
going
town.
to I'm going to stay here.
They very much don't want you going off the path.
Right. Okay.
That's fine. We're just going to the boat, right?
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, okay. You say you're going to stay here. Is that what you say, Gimbal?
No, I go with the others.
You
So
go
I
with the
head
others?
towards the boat.
Okay,
Okay.
hang on.
I whisper to them.
We're walking
"Fog
to
cloud."
the boat
Yeah, we're walking to the boat.
With guards.
Yep.
with 2 guards.
No, with like 6 guards.
Yeah,
Hmm.
6 guards.
A phalanx? No, a phalanx is
Yes.
like 12, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna I whisper fog cloud.
Go ahead.
All right. So when we get to the
Why?
boat. Well, when we get to the boat.
No,
go
wait.
on, Gimbal.
No, don't.
I message Gimbal and be like, why do we need a fog cloud? If we go to
Get
the
away
boat, we
from the
can
guards.
just sail to the Goliaths.
At night?
So out of game, why you keep talking
Yeah,
about
why
sailing? to the
sailing? They're,
Goliath?
they're on the
Sailing
same
off.
island. On the same island, Hank.
There's
Go
a Goliath
around.
tribe here.
There's 4 Goliath tribes here.
Yeah.
I know, but we can just sail out wherever we are and then go around rather than.
I feel like this trip to the boat is a wasted trip now.
I think you just want to be a boat wizard again.
We're
Yeah.
not
No,
doing the
no, it's
boat.
not that. It's just like we've got eyes on us, right? We can't move anywhere else, right? We've got these guards with us. It would seem to me the easiest route would be to leave the city
Not
by
yet.
the way that's available to us.
Yes, but
Can you make perception checks, please?
Yeah.
Ooh.
13?
21.
Natty.
21.
yeah.
Damn.
23.
23.
Very observant.
Oh, very on edge.
Everybody sees this? Is that what I'm hearing?
Hank, what'd you get?
I just got a 13. 13.
Yeah. Well, Hank, you see these guys seeing something, and you turn to see what it is that they're looking at. And from the edge of the city, on the edge of Vanderhold, beyond the palisades, the wooden palisades, you see coming down the hill from the mountains up there is a line of fiery torches being carried
Mm.
in the darkness.
All right, we'll turn to the guys. What's that?
They say, we believe there is a procession arriving this evening
Of
Can we go
Goliath?
see?
before morning. There has been a message sent to the local tribes. They will be back with their gifts and their offerings. They are
Can we
bringing
go
their
to the
offerings
tribe?
now.
Can we go to the procession? Can we hang out with the Goliaths?
Do you wish
meet
to go
them?
to your boat, or do you wish to go to this procession?
I mean, now I want to go to the procession.
The guards look at each of you. I believe the procession will come forward back to the castle, so when we return, they will be there anyhow.
Oh, lovely. All right then, back to the boat.
All right, you get to the boat, and the guards wait on the shore as you get on the boat.
Get your toiletries, Tricky Bob.
We're not
Okay.
sailing away yet. We're not
No.
sailing away,
No.
Hank. We're not done. Not done.
What do we have in the city left?
Well,
Well,
first of
we-
all, the captain and that aren't on the boat because they're asleep,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
no one,
Neil-
no one
Why
sails
would
at
they
night.
have come ashore?
It's the middle of the night, Hank. We'll just
What does it make a difference?
Nobody sails at night. You can't see.
Oh,
dark
so
vision.
we moor anchor every time it's nighttime on the way
Yes.
here. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, I think so.
No,
I was
we sail
asleep.
at night.
I don't think you'd cast off at night. Well, you know.
Yeah, you can.
It's a little bit tricky,
Surely you can.
Sailing by the stars in the daytime.
I
but there's
don't
that.
want to leave yet
I
Yeah,
am sure that we can cast off at night, and I
Right.
don't see why we're still
I-
in the city.
because we said we'd leave tomorrow, so it would look weirder if we left
And
tonight.
when have you
too.
ever been true to your word with enemies, Gimbal?
Oh,
They're not enemies. They're great, and I love this. Everyone is so nice here.
Can I get a perception check from everybody, please?
Sure. There's more we
Another
need to do here.
perception.
I need to talk to the
just
Goliaths
10.
here. I got a nat 1.
They're not
I'm
here.
arguing with
They're in
Hank.
tribes on the island, right?
Yes, on the island we're on. This
Yes. This island is not this village does not encompass the whole island, does it?
but they might not
So
have
we
a
can.
dock.
So answer me this: Can we
Yes.
not ostensibly sail away from this village around to another point on the island and then berth and go onto the island
Won't the
at a different
guards-
point?
Won't the guards now have thought we've fled?
Yes, but what does it matter? They're trying to kill us.
Because then we can't come back. We come back and they'll be
I'm
like, "What are you doing here?"
Trying to go. Aren't we trying to
Hank, you
come
break it up.
Break
You
it
break it up.
Damn
You
it.
break
to
it up.
Goliath?
You break it up.
Well,
He concedes my point.
Uh,
I
I
And
do
we
not
don't
concede
leave.
your
I
point.
do not.
I do not.
I hear the voice. I do not concede your.
Oh, hang on, he said-
no,
I
He
see.
said, "Yo."
I
Yeah.
do not concede the point.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're
I
back.
can see
Yeah.
Josiah in both cameras. That's great.
I think. Well, fine. We take a vote. Let's just do a vote. All in favor
Right.
of not sailing off into the night.
Yeah, how would we pick up Lady Mib if we leave?
Tricky Bob vote.
I
Okay.
guess, yeah, we do need to return to get her back.
We
Right.
would return with the Goliaths.
First thing tomorrow, we'll sail.
Okay.
Yes. Let's do
All right.
that. I'm going to bed and to talk to those Goliaths in that procession.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
is that what
I
you're
think
going
this
to
is
do?
the wrong decision, but
Good.
I will concede to the party.
All right. So you concede, and therefore, I assume the party proceeds back to the castle.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
Any detours? Anything else?
We're not allowed to, are we? We have
No,
to stick to
Not
the
really.
path.
That's
Can we
right.
get friendly with the guards and
You can
see if
make-
they're?
You know, make a persuasion check, Gimble.
So I was like, hey guys, you guys have been out all night. If we can find our way back, probably 10.
10. No, the guards are not very convinced by you, Gimble.
I'm
I'm
a
afraid-
ranger.
I'm afraid, my lord, that is unfortunately not our purview. We've been told to keep all new people here safe from the various dangers. We have had troubles.
What
You get many new
troubles?
people.
What troubles? In town.
Yes.
But you're the guards. So
And
that
thus
you should
we
be
have-
ashamed.
We are ashamed, my lord.
What are the troubles?
There have been bandits,
Oh,
thieves, even once or twice we have had some rogue tribesmen come down and ride through the town with their beasts of burden, striking
with their
down.
mammoths.
Yes.
That is terrible. Okay.
They've made attacks here several times.
Well, that seems fairly reasonable then. Okay. Have it your way.
They take you back to the castle, and as you get to the castle, you see there is this procession of Goliath, and they great deal of them look quite sick.
Hmm.
There's a few of them, probably like half of them look quite sick, and the other half are carrying weapons and armor, and there's two of them in particular at the center of this procession carrying this stack of flat stones between
Are
them.
they our stones?
You can assume they are. They look
I
like
see.
the stones that you will. They look like I guess the sorts of stones that you would put on an altar or become somehow religious. They have giant runes carved into the sides of them, and possibly the tops of them as well, the faces. But you can't
Tricky
see that.
Bob, can
How
you
big are
read
they?
those
Like we're
runes?
looking like this? Or?
Tricky Bob, you can make a religion check.
Yep. I got a 18.
They are absolutely authentic Goliath ritual stones, according to you.
According to me.
They have all the hallmarks of. If it was a dwarven thing, it would be exactly correct.
All right. Seems pretty legit.
Seems legit. In any case, they drop these stones off here, and the guards tell you that in the morning there will be another procession where you will take these stones yourselves to the boat, and you'll be given directions.
We'd like to speak with the leader of the procession. Or once they're done, can you have them come to our quarters?
We cannot have them come to your quarters, but you may speak with them here before they leave.
Okay, let's do that.
If you wish, you can stay now and watch. They go about performing this whole ceremony where they, interestingly enough, you notice that they bleed on these rocks. Each of them comes forward and cuts a hand and bleeds on it. The same behavior you've seen in Van Gate.
As the guards, how long's the ceremony?
You see the blood get sucked into the stone. How long is the ceremony? It's about 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay, I'll wait. I can wait that. I can wait 15 minutes. That's fine.
All right. So they go about and they do their ceremony, and then the Goliath, most of the Goliath leave, but they leave a contingent, 2 guards with the stones, and they apparently are going to stay with those stones until they're loaded onto the boat.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there.
Okay, so you finally approach our the final Goliath. 1 minute, please. All right. So the Goliath comes forth, and he is introduced to you as Regal.
Regal. Okay.
Regal.
Well, greetings, Regal. we're the Frostmoor Crows. We've been tasked with taking your rocks to an island and put there for reasons.
Yes, can you explain what purpose this ritual will serve? Oh, you're an angry Goliath.
This task for you, very difficult. Very, very difficult, small ones. It will be hard. You will travel to this island where our traditions dictate you will be tested.
Hmm.
Only Goliath have returned.
Ooh. Okay.
Can you tell us the nature of these tests?
I cannot.
Can you give us a clue?
If Regal, if we returned, would we be respected amongst your tribes?
If you return,
Yes, we would.
great
Okay.
respect.
Is this
yes.
is this
Yes. Good.
is this Regal? Is this trial, this test? Does it encompass all the Goliaths of the Goliath tribes of this island, or is it just, for instance, your tribe?
Many tribes.
Is this something that all tribes get involved in, or
Many tribes.
May we?
so
As...
potentially, if we were, sorry, again, will you go?
No,
ahead?
you go. No, for sure. Sorry.
Right. So if
This
we were
is
to
the
complete
test
these
for
trials,
chieftain.
we would
Only
then-
the chieftain can pass this test.
Why are we doing it, man?
I am chieftain.
Yeah, well,
He says request
do
has
you
been
know
made.
why we are doing this?
A request
see.
has been made to us from your leaders.
Hmm.
And is this usually a test that's done by one Goliath or many?
One.
I reckon we'd be good.
For it is the test of the chieftain.
I see.
So, right.
As part of the ceremony and us leaving tomorrow with it, are we allowed to bleed on the stones as well tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Good. Let's do that. I think that's good. Let's bleed on the stones.
Would one of your contingent like to join us? Not for the test, but to journey there as part of our crew, just temporarily as a passenger.
Forbidden.
Okay. Well, very well. Thank you, Miguel. This has helped greatly.
When you travel, follow only the North Star.
Okay.
Okay.
So should we only travel would you only travel at night?
You will see the North Star in the gloom of the day.
Okay. Only follow the North Star. Okay. Good. Thank you. Any other words of wisdom?
Do not fall off.
Oh. Right.
Okay.
Yes.
See,
Thank you. Okay. Don't fall off. Oh God.
Thank you, Regal.
Thank you, Regal.
Very
I'm
much
going
appreciated, Regal.
I'm going to go have a restless night's sleep.
Hmm.
Sleep well then. We shall see you on the morrow.
All right.
All
Yep.
All right. And you retreat back to your
Yeah.
place
bre-
of rest.
I'll briefly say to everyone, all right, I'm starting to think this is only kind of a trap, and I want to do it. now.
I'm
feeling it too.
I want to
I'm
be
feeling it
respected
too.
by those guys, Ogre
I
men.
think this could backfire on the Barakyle. I think that maybe if we manage to complete this,
we can
we
get
the
summon
respect
the
of
army.
Goliaths.
Yes.
Do you think that they think so little of us that they haven't even gone and put a proper trap together?
Also, we might fall off the world.
Yeah, I was
think-
actually thinking the edge of the world is what he's talking about, right?
I think we need to. I think we need to keep an eye out for anything Barakyle like while we're over there. Of course, don't let our guard down in case they have done. But
Eagles
I have
in
a
the
feeling
sky,
This
yeah.
is the trap. Yeah.
Good.
Mm.
Okay. Well, let's do this then. And I'll
All
see
right.
you in the morning. Good night. And I'll walk off.
All right. So you all sleep.
Yep.
Meditate. Squid my
Right.
squid out. Squid can
awake
keep an
to
eye
the
on things.
sound.
Just say something tricky.
Something.
Oh, sorry, I heard it. Yeah, you know.
Tricky's next art has to be her talking to the woman with no eyes and the melting face. She can draw
Uh,
that. That'd be great fun.
Trying not to. Trying to figure out where to make eye contact with.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Like you can look away.
The nose. Right?
Right.
Still have a nose?
Yeah.
Does she still have a nose? Yeah.
Doesn't
It's-
melt
to
off
know.
and turn into like a Voldemort nose.
No.
She may have
Yeah.
a deviated septum, but you know,
Ugh.
Right.
I don't know how they take the Skagan blood.
No, it's
Christ.
mostly that her face is discolored from
Yeah.
shit that's been running out of her eyes.
Doesn't wash her face. You don't need eyes to do that.
It's not about washing her face.
Oh.
Maybe it just keeps happening so much that she can't be asked
Oh.
every minute. Just yeah. Okay,
Right.
Oh,
I don't think about it anymore.
All right.
come on, man.
It's like imagine if you cried acid.
Uh,
Hmm. Your whole body will melt, wouldn't it?
Right. Well, eventually.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Cool. So we're going to bed.
You go to bed. All right. So you all sleep. Well, who among you is an elf?
Hey,
So
meditating.
You do not sleep. All right. So you meditate for the night. Upon the morning, you hear the sound of the bells telling you that it is sunrise. Sixth bell. And I assume you get up and get ready and make yourselves available.
For the yeah, whatever it is, a procession or whatever we're doing.
I will say that
Sure.
they organize it's not a feast exactly, but it's a breakfast for you, and in fact they serve it out in the courtyard where the stones are, where the Goliath are waiting, and the procession is all ready, and each person is given a bowl, and they give you this broth, this morning broth. And when you stir it, a couple of sheep's eyes float to the surface.
Okay.
I am so tired of being revolted.
And we're coming
Should
like
love
a good
it.
meal.
Do you think
Super
we
Lovecraftian.
could we put these in her eyes? Sheep.
High
You guys
transplant.
ever
You could.
And
seen
then
that
cure
movie
wounds.
Dagon?
What will it do?
Well, I mean, if we yeah, so say okay, so lesser restoration won't restore someone's eyes, but if we slap something else's eyes in there and cast lesser restoration, does that ease the
Oh.
spell?
Who are you asking?
Tricky
Try.
Bob.
It
don't
would be
think-
gruesome.
I don't think we invented transplants yet.
That's not, but it's magic. It's not like it's just a magic. It's just a theory. You put the eyes
I think
in.
the
That's why you poke
issue
'em in,
is that the eyes
cast a
are
spell.
already like dead or like dead
Mm.
tissue to begin with, right?
but the lack, like, it's harder to magically create new eyes than it is to fix dead ones.
I don't know how magic works, Gimbal.
I mean,
Hey, maybe if you
I'm
got
up for
fresh
if
eyes,
she's
you know,
she's
like
up for
fresh,
trying it, she
like
can
scoop
come.
them out and then
In any case, you're drinking soup in a courtyard,
Mhm.
and there's no you're not sitting either. You're all standing to do this. There's no sitting around.
Right.
It's like a handheld meal, if you like. You're each given a bit of bread to munch on as well and dip into your soup. And
Still
Yeah.
got that scarf with the eyeballs.
Do you still
They,
have
they
that?
wouldn't take it. Yeah, they didn't take it from me.
Oh,
It's
Look
been
at
three.
these.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, they
whose
well,
eyeballs
but
were those?
the guy that fell downstairs.
Guy that fell down the stairs.
the wizard that
Oh
fell
yeah,
down the
that's right.
stairs.
The Barakar wizard.
Wizard eyes. Okay.
No, you threw
The-
them
the
away when
Barakar
you
wizard
Head
thought
that casts
blast, head
fireball.
blast, and he shot down the stairs and broke.
you threw them away when you thought we
Oh,
were
I
being
remember.
confronted in the alleyway.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, you don't have them anymore.
Damn it! Thought I tried to hand it to him. Okay, fine. Anyway,
All right. So the procession begins, and the lord of the place, Vanderhold, he and some other nobles come down, and they ride on their little ponies behind your procession down to the boat. And the Goliath carry the stones, and you are each given an opportunity to say a prayer and or do something with the stones if you wish. At this point, before they are loaded onto the prow.
cut my hand on it. I think we should all cut our hands on it and put our hands on in together at the same time.
Sure thing.
Can each of you make
I'll cut on myself. And do a thing.
Can I get a religion check from each
Performance?
one of you? Oh,
Religion?
oh, religion or performance? Are you going to say prayers?
I was gonna do it, pray Moradin. You guys
No,
shoot
I
as
don't.
well.
I don't know
I
prayers.
don't really know a prayer of Moradin.
Well, if
Yeah,
I'll do it for all
I
of
think-
us.
I think
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
be
do
approaching
that.
this from a scholar's
Scholarly
perspective.
perspective. Okay,
I'll
Tricky.
do
Can
that
you?
thing when you
Mm.
try to sing a song, or like you mumble along. You're like, every now and then you get the same words.
So
as you
Tricky's
sing.
going to lead you, and you guys are each going to. So Tricky, you're making a religion check to get
Yep.
the thing
Got
right.
an
and-
18.
right. Everybody else is making a performance check. Then.
Okay.
All right, yeah, there we go. That works. Cool.
Ugh. Oh wow, exactly the same. How good is that?
You know what?
11.
And your performance check can have advantage because
I,
Tricky's
I got a
leading you.
19,
Wow.
but I'll roll again as well. Just.
I got exactly this. Actually, no, I didn't. I got exactly the opposite.
11.
Yeah, 11. 11 for me as well.
Nat
So I take
20.
two.
I got
Wow.
even better.
Wow.
23.
Okay, so out of all of you, Josiah, when you put your blood on the stone, you see your blood seep into it immediately.
Mm.
Hmm.
The others, it kind of sits there and smears on it. Not so much.
Mm.
Okay, I slapped my hand onto it again.
I think it's probably because I wasn't paying
Ow.
attention to Tricky and I was like more interested in what it would look like when I put it on there. You know?
Right.
I'm quite
So
offended by it.
You have this blood print, your hand print on the thing.
Okay. I'm a bit disappointed because I've seen Josiah's like seep into it and mine didn't do the same.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's
I'm
not my
annoyed.
first time, guys. I've cut my hand on stones before.
Right.
Yeah, so was Gimbal.
Yeah. You remember
You've-
the magic pebble?
Nobody's
Yeah, I
ever
remember
seen.
Magic
Those of you that are from Vane Gate have never seen the disappearing blood trick before.
No.
Right.
Even that is sort of surprising. So
I am surprised also.
Goliath magic.
one of the Goliath does look at you, Josiah, when that happens, and gives you this nod.
I'll nod back.
Do
Do you know how to do a salmon leap sword strike, by the way?
you say that to him?
Yeah.
He looks at you. He's like, strange question, little one. Why?
Goliath refused to teach me about 2 months ago, and I just really want to learn.
Do you have 3 months to train?
Not on me right now, but let's talk after I get this done, eh?
When you come back, if you survive, I will teach you. You will find me. My name is Laguza.
Laguza. That's obviously a common Goliath name.
Yes, it is.
Okay. No relation to
Write that down.
Laguza of the
Yeah, we've heard that name too.
Like
my
Jeff,
God, where is it?
Dave.
There is a chieftain with my name
Yes.
in the south of the Blood Axe tribe.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It is of a common name, yes. It is named, my name is after the rune Lagos.
Ah, fascinating culture, the Goliaths. I've learned much about your peoples recently.
Every
Like to invite one to the
rune-
Frostmoor Crows one at some point.
You must prepare now.
Indeed.
Yep, let's get ready.
One of the Goliath comes
Right.
forward and opens this pot that they have, like a ceramic pot, and beckons which one of you wants to come first forward.
Josiah,
Yeah, I'll do
you
it.
did the blood thing.
I did the blood and it worked.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, definitely.
I am the tallest.
person for this.
Wait, hang on a second. Tallest.
I was mentioning Gimbal's tall.
Every drawing so far, I've been taller than Gimbal.
How was
Damn
it? Were you?
Yeah.
Really? That's so
Fine.
wrong.
Oh shit.
I saw that him as a wood elf.
In,
as he's
Maybe
like-
I'm
in every
just
drawing,
stunted.
Josiah's standing on a rock.
Maybe. He's wearing like 3-inch heels.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
maybe,
that's true.
He looks around for the camera and he's like, "Oh shit!" Jumps up on the nearest.
Yeah. Tiptoes.
besides like the Tom Cruise
Right.
of thieves. Yeah.
In any case, this Goliath brings you forth, Josiah, and one of the others says, "Take your hair out of your face. Pull back your hair."
Yep.
And this one reaches into the pot and he takes out what is like white ash and smears it down the front of your face. Like,
Mm. Thank you.
And then they beckon forth Hank.
Oh, okay.
So the Goliath that gives you, like, Josiah gets like a whole handful down his face, and then Hank, they like a little.
I'm actually pleased about that.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy not to have a whole face full of ash on my face.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a bit sensitive about things being on my face.
When Gimbal, you step forward, he looks at you and he examines your face for a minute, and then he puts a line here and a line here, and then some other what seem to be like runes on your face out of this ash.
Cool.
Little
Cool. It's kind
mustache.
of like, yeah, Commando Ranger.
A little
Paint.
bit like that, yeah.
I'm
And-
okay with that.
Or maybe he's playing a trick on you. It's like the equivalent of doodling on your face when you passed out. You know?
You've got one line in your head. Shut up.
Yeah.
I stand
When
back and hang him.
Tricky Bob, when you come forward, the Goliath looks at you, and he goes down on one knee in front of you, and he
So
says,
soon.
"Oh, that's so rude." He says, "This room is where your Morden Salmon gods and our Goliath giant deities come together and cross over. This rune is the point of our conjunction. This is where Anum becomes Moradin." And he draws you this rune, which is in the shape of a hammer, but it's in the style of the Goliath rune.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Is there a mirror anywhere so I can like take a look at my face and then copy it?
Water?
A mirror.
A barrel of open water
There's
or
water.
ice.
There would be water. There is ice. There's not a lot of glass in the world.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
There is steel mirrors exist. Like
Hmm.
metal mirrors, silver mirrors would exist. It's not like mirrors never existed, but they were largely metal, polished, stuff. So,
Yeah, if there's anywhere like a clear enough reflective surface, I'd like to jot down the rune.
okay.
And you would put water on them as well, right? You could, like, if it was really still, you put water on the metal,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
make it more reflective as well.
Yeah, right. Have like a metal-backed water mirror
Yeah,
on the ground, though, obviously, because it won't stand up.
I've seen that in a movie. Yeah.
Sounds reasonable. All right. Very good. And so they carry the rocks onto the boat. You've bled on the rocks, and they bid you farewell. Good luck. They tell you, they show you the North Star. You can see it.
Yep.
Do they openly show us the North Star?
Points to it.
Right. So everyone, like all the crowd that are gathered or whatever's there, they all see him do that.
Yeah.
Like it's more common knowledge. Okay. I'm less excited. I thought it was secret knowledge. All right. Follow the North Star.
All right. And you get on the boat and set sail.
Hmm.
Out of game. When do you want to wrap up today? I'm happy to
Feels
keep
like a
going.
pretty good
and
point.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
that's a pretty
stop
good
here.
point.
Good point.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to finish up there.
All right. Well, thank you all very much then. I appreciate that. I'm sorry you didn't get any combat or any running
That's
around.
fine.
Doesn't always have to
I-
have combat.
Look, I
Yeah,
like our
yeah.
weird balances of every now and then fighting, and then sometimes and
Right.
heaps of episodes of
I
not
li-
fighting,
I like
and
the
then that
balance, yeah.
ridiculous like montage like what we had in the cave.
Right.
We
Then
did
you
roll
great.
can-
initiative though for
The
something.
succession fight. Yeah.
We did.
Yep.
We have
Yeah.
saved
Right.
the initiative.
Was it 6 sessions?
It was a long time, yeah.
It was a double
was-
session
Nah,
as
it
well.
was great.
I don't
though.
think
It was
was
brilliant.
six
It was
sessions,
a good
but
fight.
I think there was like
There was a
fi-
double session and like maybe another.
Yeah, I got the feeling there was like 3 to 4 sessions of actual combat, and
Yep.
maybe 2 sessions on either side of that.
Yeah, 'cause
some-
took a
somewhere
break
where you
to look
were
at the
checking out the goblins and
Yeah,
doing
it
other
was good
stuff.
fun.
and
Yeah.
A little bit of goblin politicking going on.
I like the way this one turned out. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm keen to go. Yeah, it went well.
Yeah, I
Cool.
do want to just let you know, it was Josiah that was frustrated, not myself.
No worries. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Frustrated by what?
His inability to do anything and all these people like,
Oh right, yeah.
yeah. But that's
Yeah,
that's
I
Josiah,
gotcha.
not me. I was digging it all.
You
Yeah,
didn't.
but
you
now
didn't feel
you're chief. Now you're chief.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, the Goliath are looking at you like you're the flipping
Frostmoor
Goliath
crows
Messiah or
Goliath
something.
chief.
Jesus.
I
Right.
do,
Messiah the
think
Messiah.
in the way that Gimbal has like he really related to the goblins, I feel that Josiah is finding a place in the Goliath
Hearts of
tribe.
the Goliath, yeah, right.
It's kind of fun.
Relate to the goblins.
How do you like that? You're like, oh,
I
Well, you did,
sympathized.
you spent like a lot of time with them,
I did.
and you were always like the interpreter.
and
Yeah.
you learnt their culture. You ate their food.
Mm.
You know,
Cool.
It was
you
good
learned
fun.
about their
Reluctantly.
gods. You
Yeah.
even met some of their spiritual guardians. Or at
I
least
didn't
one
call
of
them savages as much as I've called the Goliath savages.
Oh, you called them savages quite a bit. The goblins.
good. Okay,
Yeah, You
good.
still did. Yeah,
Glad I keep that theme
for
going.
sure.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
Anybody that's not an elf basically is a savage.
Savage.
You're pretty consistent about the whole savage thing. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that's
No,
fair.
That's good. That's good. We're probably going to die. It's good though.
So
All
yeah.
right.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
out of game now because we can start discussing random things now.
So you sail off into the mist towards the North Star, and the mists close behind you, and the only
Right.
thing visible is the star through the fog.
I think
Still
I'll
be keen
discuss.
to ask our Goliath to have a look at these stones.
Yeah,
But,
they'll tell you what they know.
And I think what we can do in chat, let's discuss ways in which or theories in which how we cannot fall off the edge of the world.
Yes,
Like some kind of planning. Because if that's what their goal is to just make us drop off the edge of the world, then we should try to come up with some way not to. Yeah.
Right, and I will stop our recording there. Thank you very much. End of
Catch you later.
episode 41, I think it was.
All right.
So long, everybody.
All right,
Nice,
so long.
nice,
See you
nice.
in
Bye-bye.
Discord.
See you
Bye-bye.